We're just minutes away from starting here at the racing action. If you're tuning in on YouTube, welcome to the race here today. We are starting in just a few minutes. We're going to call for a race meeting here very soon. If our record setter from session 3 is in the house, Dan, if you're here, we're going to try to find you up here on the podium and call you out. So I don't know if Dan's hanging out with us here today or not during this session, but we're looking for you here during the meeting. And the whistle sounding from the officials. We're going to call a quick meeting for our riders today. Riders, please gather up for a quick meeting on the infield. Thank you. Riders, gather up for a meeting on the infield. Your presence requested. Thank you. All right, folks, it is time. We can begin the final session of racing here for the Vision Grand Prix. Those who have made the trip out to the Velodrome on a Saturday, we know it's not our normal night, but thanks for making the trip anyways. It'll be a smaller crowd today. Hopefully we'll have more folks at home tuning in because finally we got at least something working for today to be able to stream us out on YouTube live. Thanks you for tuning in and joining us here today. The program looks to be fun and fast. You can check the digital program just underneath the video in the description and see what today's plan is. And also, if you tune in right away, you would have seen that quick little printout of today's schedule on the first bit of our presentation today. Starting off with the Broadmark Elite Open Women's Sprints. We get the first round of the rides in this finals. We're going to start with the ride for third and fourth, and then the ride for first and second. They're followed by the Greggs Masters Cat 3 Keirin semifinals, and then finally the Greggs Elite Men Keirin semifinals. We'll have one more ride from the Open Women's Sprints before we invite out the kids for the Kiddie Kilo, and then we'll see where we go from there. First up, the whistle being sounded for our first riders in the sprint finals. The ride for third and fourth coming up to the line. These riders this morning set up an interesting drama here as our top riders, the top four, are all very close in top speed. It's now time for the riders in third and fourth. Kimberly Chen, one of the junior competitors here this weekend for Triple Shot Cycling Club, put up a very quick time in qualifiers. Manages to find herself now facing up against Atomic Racing rider Tracy Jones-Martin in a best-of-3 format. This sprint tournament concludes with best-of-3 rides in the finals. The first rider to win 2 of these matchups will pick up the big prize of third place from these two. Kimberly Chen, number 113, lining up on the outside position along the rail. Her competitor, Tracy Jones-Martin, inside number 107. And the sound of the whistle, the racing's now underway. It's a 2-lap contest. You're right, for the Atomic Racing Team 107. Drew the inside position and will be taking the lead spot, at least for a while here, as required for the first portion of the race. And Kimberly Chen just holding her line behind her. It's not unusual if you've ever tuned into maybe some Olympic sprinting and seen 2 riders going head-to-head. The early goings of match sprint almost always a bit slower tempo. So this is something new for you to be enjoying here. That's not something unusual for our speedsters to be doing. Looking for their Masters Cat 3 for staging in the Keirin, the semifinal round. Masters Cat 3 Keirin to staging. Please, Masters Cat 3 to staging. Bells ringing, both riders getting up to speed side by side here. Kimberly Chen holds the sprinters lane, the ride between the red and black line, still holding on to her position. Tracy getting in behind for just a moment. She pops back up. Both riders kind of faking top speed. Now Kimberly Chen back into it. The rider on the second wheel does have some advantage here. If she can stay in the slipstream through this turn, she pops up for a second, loses some of that momentum. She'll have to regain it. Trying to run at the rear wheel now. Kimberly Chen from the front, still looking very good here. Seeing if the junior can find the win in this first round. An impressive ride from the front. Number 113 takes the first matchup and goes into the second ride with advantage. For what looked to be such a similar matchup in speed during the qualifiers, surprised at Kimberly looking that dominant in the first ride. I'm sure a rider for Atomic Racing, Tracy's going to be trying to mix things up for the second matchup. We'll see them later on in the program for ride 2. Coming up now to the line, the ride for first and second place. Their first matchup here today in a head-to-head ride between our top 2 qualifiers in the 200-meter today. They've won through the quarterfinals. They found themselves now in a head-to-head match on the outside near the rail. Number 120, the Australian Lisanne Fox. For Team Mama Bears, number 114, Jenna Lingwood. Get the whistle to get the go-ahead on their first ride. Whoa, Jenna jumps right away. She has half a second disadvantage to Lisanne Fox in the 200-meter qualifier, so Jenna just says, I know how to ride the longer ride. I'm going to go. Let's try this out and see what happens. Not a typical first lap in a match sprint, but Lisanne was ready for it. She tries to get back on the wheel. Jenna might jump up here. Not surprised to see this happen through turn 3 now as she'll move up high. This is the ride for first and second in this sprint tournament. Jenna Lingwood, maybe not the traditional sprinter. Lisanne with a lot of experience in the Keirin and sprint format. She's been to a lot of GPs and won a lot of these races. She comes alongside Jen and says, all right, fancy move there, Lingwood. What's next? Both riders reset themselves between turns 1 and 2. It's going to be Lingwood looking over the right shoulder just above the red line. Lisanne waiting and waiting. The Australian sitting behind takes the under move, takes the short lane. Lingwood's trying to recover now. This is going to be a big move for the Australian. She knows how to finish these kinds of races. Jenna trying to get back onto the acceleration from Lisanne, but out of towner. Hard to beat in this format. A good move on the back straight and a fun format between the two. Fox able to recover and will take the first ride. Certainly favored in the matchup, but a fun way to start that one off as Jenna starts it quick. And a nice recovery from Lisanne Fox later on. We're streaming now. You can find the stream at velodrome.org/live. Share it, turn it on, share it with friends and family. Let them know you're watching the finale of the Vision Grand Prix, the fastest racing on 2 wheels in the Pacific Northwest, coming to its close today. With this session, we've got some great racing in store for you, including this next group coming up. The Masters Cat 3 combined field running in this Keirin. We got semifinals coming up. I can catch my breath for just a second and invite you. The beverage garden is open. The food trucks are here. Come on over and find a good spot here behind the grandstands. You can still sign up for the Kiddie Kilo if you got a young rider today. We'll get them out here for a fun free lap around the track. Just sign up over the big black Vision tent next to the beverage garden. You can put your name down and get out here for some fun. The riders here are selected from a very large field. They had to win their way through qualifiers earlier today during the afternoon session. Now they must be a top 3 rider to advance to the major final. The top 3 riders get to compete for 1st through 6th place. The bottom 3 will race for the remaining places 7th through 12th. Pacer now onto the home straight. Riders ready. And your group now underway. 3 riders advance from the group of 6 to the top ride, the major final for 1st through 6th place. Your riders making this group here today, getting lined up behind the Pacer, who will be with them for 2.5 laps, slowly accelerating them. Keirin Racing, all about top speed. The Pacer does the work of trying to provide the draft. Thanks to our great sponsor, Gregg Cycles, for helping us secure the beautiful e-bike at the front of the group, helping bring the group up to speed. After 2.5 laps is completed, you'll see the Pacer leave, and then it's up to the riders in this group to throw down and sort out who's going to be top 3. Right in the front there, we got number 51. That's Tak Makino for the Atomic Racing team. Right behind this, number 56, Iman Udrago. Looks like the junior for Jerry Baker Jr.'s David Magidson is the 3rd rider in the group with the white helmet. For Flying Gorilla Academy, Vandervliet, the winner of the sprints for this group yesterday, certainly a favorite to make it into this top 3 out of this group. The speedster for Center Cycles local product, Tomko, in the blue kit, number 13. And Alex Sweet, number 73, just seems to be dancing on these pedals back here, the rider in the white kit. Up and down the track he goes. And now we're about to go in the moment where the bike pulls out of the way. Already starting to accelerate and overtake on the back straight as you see number 51, Makino, trying to keep the pace up. Here comes Tomko. He likes a long run in these Keirins. He wants to move up, so he comes to the front now. Number 13 getting the bell. It's 1 to go. Top 3 advance. Tomko in a full-out effort here. Atomic Racing holding on to the wheel. The junior from Jerry Baker Jr. is in a good position here as well. He's looked really good today. This might be tough, though, for Tomko now as the field's going to start overtaking. Here comes Makino leading out. Magidson and Vandervliet. Won't be surprised to see those 3 BR riders advancing now as we hit the home straight. Vandervliet. Ooh, it'll be enough for number 48, number 94. Behind Makino, number 51, I have as our top 3 unofficially. Your second of the semifinals coming up for the Masters Cat 3 on deck. Heat A for the elite men. If you're new to the velodrome, I know it's a smaller showing today. Don't forget that you can put your hands together, make some noise, especially in these final moments. When my voice goes up, you know things are exciting. You can help me out by stomping your feet, clapping your hands, making some noise for our riders, as this is going to be a fun evening with some really great talent. International class speed has joined us here at the velodrome to make it really fun for everybody here today. Elite men, Keirin, Heat A to staging, please. Heat A for the elite men, Keirin to staging, please. From inside to outside, we got Sam Frigo in the all blue, lined up on the inside lane. Tyson Danielson next door for Waterline Racing. Matty Hers One more lane outside of that. Thomas Andrew in the all-black kit. For Red Kilo, that's Steve Mousseau. And then finally on the outside, you got Andy Baker in the gray with some green for Liquid Velo Racing. Pacer's on its way, gets the signal. 6 more riders hoping they can be in the front half of this field to race for 1st through 6th. On deck, the Elite Men will also take their run at these semifinals. Pacer on the home straight. Riders ready. Number 87 will take that front spot, Sam Frigo, as he drew lane number 1. Must come up to the bike unless someone else steals it from him. The front position you think is the shortest way to the finish line, but it's also a tough place to be. As that pacer leaves, you're at the front. You're the one out in the wind. You're the one doing the work, dragging the rest of the field. It's not where these speedsters necessarily want to be. It depends on the rider, but a lot of them are going to want to be someone in front of them, have a wheel to be sitting behind. Again, Frigo right at the front there. Danielson, number 9, right behind him. Matty Hers, number 4. 3 wheels back. Thomas Andrews looked good all day. He's got some good top speed right behind him. Zoe of the Red Kilo rider, one of the Red Kilo riders, has gotten in here through the reps. At the back, Andy Baker had a good ride in his Keirin heat earlier today to get to this ride. Look to him to also try to move up here a bit and challenge the front half of this field, which I think looks pretty strong here. The rider in second wheel spot had a really dominant ride when it came to qualifying. He kind of rolled away from his group, number 6, pardon me. And Tyson Danielson for the Waterline Racing team, that is, he had a good run at it, so wouldn't be surprised to see him as well. And right behind him, another speedster, Matty Hers, has got a great wheel. If he can stay with Tyson's acceleration, that might be a good place for the rider from Coefficient of Speed to be. In fact, Sam Frigo does pull up. He's going to give Danielson the very front. And Danielson, not afraid to take over a bit here, will move up. A full lap remains. Top 3 advance to ride for 1st through 6th. The bottom 3 ride for 7th through 12th. A big moment here as Danielson continues to drive the pace from the front. The back half is having to start to reconfigure themselves. Danielson's starting to lose a little bit of momentum here as Hers getting on top of the gears a little bit more now. He'll hit the corner with good acceleration. The front just starting to pull away a little bit here. Hers looking very clean as he comes around the corner. It'll be Hers, Danielson, and Frigo riding for 1st through 6th. Now coming on the track, Heat A for the Elite Men. Heat B on deck, Carlberg, Parrish, Jameson, Young, Wilson, and Gallagher. We made history earlier today, and by we, I mean one of our riders. You can go back and rewatch it. Session number 3 at the very end. A new time set from the record books for the Elite Men individual pursuit. That's a teaser there to go rewatch again. Session number 3. Check out the very end and watch the action unfold as one of our riders putting up a record attempt today, breaking a long-standing record here at the track this afternoon. Brennan Russell on the inside position in lane 1. Daniel Brewer next door for the Cheney windows and doors. It's Lamin Wright for the shop in the white with the black helmet. John Bowie in the blue for Waterline Racing with the white helmet. Mateo Morasis, Argentinian sprinter, in lane 5. And Christian Miller all the way on the outside in the white with the black helmet. In Heat A, ready to set and start here as the pacer is on the way. Pacer on the home straight. Riders ready. Found Cycling Guild at the front there, the rider in green. One of our out-of-town competitors right behind him, Daniel Brewer, number 30. A good all-around strong rider. We'll see what he does here. Lemin right, the sprint in his own right, but he gets here through the rep rides, I believe. Either way, Lemin with some good top speed of his own. Seeing what he can do from Atlanta. Is that rider? 24, the undeniable one, Mr. John Bowie, has been very dominant through our season here at the Velodrome, our local overall rider of the year for the men so far. Mateo Morasis, winner of the sprint tournament yesterday in really strong fashion, comes from Argentina, has recently, the last couple of years, he's moved to Kentucky, is going to school, and continues to compete across the country looking for velodromes willing to host him. He's got great top speed and will look very good here in this Keirin, I imagine. At the back end, Christian Miller, one of our local riders, with big improvements from 2022, is looking very strong here this year. Miller, the rider in white at the back, with some really strong rides so far this year. We'll see what he can do here from the very back end of this very powerful and very strong field. Big acceleration from Brandon Russell from the front. Daniel Brewer, I don't think he wants this to go very late, so he's also going to jump up to top speed here, hitting onto the home straight, well ahead of the bell. Some early jumps happening here. Lemin finds the wheel quickly. It's pretty busy up there in front, looks pretty close together in close quarters. Lemin Wright's right on top of Russell, kind of keeping him down. Nowhere to go. Good acceleration here from Bowie now as he'll come around on the outside of the blue line, take over the front position. A good follow for Mateo Morasis. The top two look like they're already rolling away. Who's going to be in third? Brewer looks like he's got control of it. It'll be Brewer, number 30. Your top three discovered out there. A good ride for Bowie as he launches his attack down the back straight. Morasis is happy to follow his wheel across the finish line. He's got one more big effort he has to win the next time he races. He'll be racing for first through sixth. Heat B now coming on track. Your final of the semifinal rides in the Keirin. On deck, ride 2 for the sprints for the Broadmark Elite Open Women are coming up next. Sprints, ride 2. On deck, please. Broadmark Elite Open Women Sprints on deck, ride number 2. Big number 82, Luke Wilson in lane number 1. Next door to Corey Jameson in the black, we've got rider in white. There's Aaron Young for the shop. Merrick Gallagher for the Jerry Baker Juniors in lane 4. Campbell Parrish for the Red Truck Racing Team in lane 5. And it's Andrew Karlberg along the rail for Coefficient of Speed. The Pacer is on its way for our second heat, looking to qualify for the race for first through sixth. Pacer now on the home straight. Riders ready. Confirming in our last race, official warning to number 39. Right for entering the sprinter's lane while is occupied, and officials warning for 39. Right for entering the sprinter's lane while occupied. Fans of the sport may already know what that space is. Not everybody will, though. The sprinter's lane is the space between the red and the black line that goes all the way around the track. Hallowed ground, the short lane. If you're in it, no one else can enter alongside of you. They must be behind or in front of you. That is to preserve the effort of the people going absolutely as fast as they can. So we're going to record anybody that does anything against the rules here tonight. That's called an official warning. Riders get 2 before there's any significant consequences. It will get recorded on the results. Riders line up here, 6 long. You've got the big Luke Wilson, the former Seahawk, number 82. Tough day yesterday, doing better today. He's happy to be here at this stage, but he's pulled position number 1. He's got a fast group behind him. Just needs to be top 3 against the rider right behind him. That's going to be Corey Jameson in the black with a white helmet. Had some good work here today. Aaron Young won this event last year. The rider in third wheel. He's got competition. It's going to be very stiff this year to see if the rider from the shop can do it again. He'll need to get through this round first. Merrick Gallagher, the up-and-coming junior, one of our under 18-year-old riders, number 61, recently upgraded to a Cat 1-2, and he's already showing great poise in this category. For Red Truck Racing, that's Campbell Parrish. He's had some good results. Really nice race yesterday in the points race in particular. A little bit more of an enduro rider. Might have a bit big of a bite to chew for him here today. We'll see. Andrew Carlberg for Coefficient of Speed, a record holder at our track for his top speed efforts. Always good in Keirin as well. His favorite in an event like this. It's what he trains for. From the front, Luke Wilson starts to open things up. He knows he's got the front. A good run at it here is the rider now trying to take it on his own. He's got to fight the wind. That's a hard way to win this race. Corey Jamieson come up alongside of him. 3 or 4 riders across here. As we come onto the home straight, Corey Jamieson starts to take over the lead spot. Aaron Young and Carlberg. Not surprised to see those three find their way to the front as Aaron Young trying to do a repeat on 2022. Carlberg also advancing forward. Our rider's second overall in the sprint tournament yesterday. And of course, the ever fast Corey Jamieson, number 59, with an impressive showing. Ride 2 for the Broadmark Elite Open Women's Sprints. Now coming up to the line. Kiddie Kilo riders, please, to staging. That's the area over next to the grandstands where you can enter onto the track. Kiddie Kilo riders, all to staging. Bring your helmets, bring your numbers, and bring your bike. Number 107 on the outside must win this one or it's over. She'll be in 4th. Kimberly Chen on the inside, number 113, wins the first matchup. A young rider already showing great savvy here. Made her journey out to the velodrome here this weekend. Good showing for her yesterday. Now looking very good here in this match sprint, aiming and gunning for this 3rd place finish if she can find a win right now. Tracy Jones Martin for Atomic Racing. These riders qualified 200ths of a second apart from each other, even less maybe. It might have been just 100th of a second earlier today. Very close by the top measure of their speed in that particular moment. But the last time these two raced, ride number 1 did not look close. Chen led it from the front. Tracy had a hard time coming around the outside and taking it back. She's rested up, gotten herself reset here for a second ride and see what she can do against the speedster from Triple Shot Cycling Club. Bell's ringing. Chen on the inside, bringing up to speed. She still has the short lane, much like she did last time. Both riders coming up to speed now in turn 1, a little bit earlier than ride 1. Chen still with great acceleration, just so smooth getting up to speed. This is not the end, though, for Tracy, as she's going to be able to try to catch back onto the wheel and carry the momentum around. This is maybe textbook catch here, as Jones Martin does find the wheel, has plenty of time. She has the straightaway to catch. Can she get the win this time? Oh! 113 holds on. Kimberly Chen will retire this matchup. It is over. Give it to the youngster. What a great race. Good running at that time from the rider from Atomic Racing, Tracy Jones Martin. Great competition there. Did not give up. No quitting that athlete. Kimberly Chen will end up 3rd overall today in the Broadmark Elite Open Women field for the sprints. And now our ride for 1st and 2nd place. The matchup between St. George cycling rider from Australia, all the way coming here, number 120 on the inside, Lizanne Fox, took the first matchup. Jenna Lingwood, number 114 for Team Mama Bears along the rail, needs to find a win here. Both riders away. Again, the rider with lots of, I would say, fun, colorful things to look for on the jersey. You could see a unicorn and some bears hiding in the forest. She's going to have to be sneaky here, much like some of the fun things on the jersey. See if she can find some different format, some different approach here. Fox put up a quick time in qualifying, over a half second faster than any of the other riders in the group, and we already know that she's capable of some great top speed. She's won many times here at the GP. Had a lot of great showings here over the years, and certainly Ling would also know, not unfamiliar with being a champion herself here. She got plenty of experience on the track, has been very strong in our overall events, a little bit more of an enduro rider, lots of experience with cross cycling, and has been really showing some great form this weekend at the Grand Prix, and is now up against a national champion in Lisanne Fox. Lost the first matchup, going to try to figure out a new way to try it out this time. Both riders now side by side in turn 3. Fox on the inside position, holding Lingwood up towards the rail. Close race indeed in that previous ride. We'll see if this one can be just as close. Again, last time Fox were able to pull away in really convincing fashion. She'll try to do so again here. Lingwood sitting just behind her. She's going to try to maybe force Fox to be in the front here as long as possible, rather than Lingwood being kind of the more active one as she was in the first matchup. Forcing a change in the order might be what she needs. Kiddie Kilo coming up next. So kids, grab your bikes and be ready and get along the rail and watch the finish here. Here comes the decorated champion Lisanne Fox, a speedster. Now getting up to top speed. She hits turn 3. Lingwood did a great job holding onto the wheel. See if she can hold it. Fox with such strength. Can Lingwood take advantage of this at all? Trying to come around the outside. Oh, it's a dig. Oh, Jenna will get it. Lingwood forces ride 3. Fox from the front, so fast, so powerful. Lingwood rides the wheel and does just enough to dig in deep for a great effort. We got our first ride going to the 3rd round of the weekend for the sprints. All right. Good stuff here, folks. Good to hear. We get to see those two throw down one more time. We're going to bring out the future of sport and everything good here in our region. We're going to invite the kids now to come out onto the track. It's a smaller crew on a Saturday, but we still got lots of kids to help get around the track and have a lot of fun. So make sure as they ride by you, clap your hands, make some noise. We're going to have at least a couple of groups from the looks of it. Our kids going for one fun lap around the track here today. The Kiddie Kilo, always an important part of our regular racing program. Here they come, our speedsters, for today's Kiddie Kilo. Gregg's Masters Cat 3, Keirin Minor final to staging, please. Masters and Cat 3, Keirin Minor final to staging, please. This is a shorter Kiddie Kilo than you've been used to seeing, so riders, we're going to be back to you very quickly. Nice job for the kids. We got another group coming out here. Let's bring out the little kits, big of hearts, of course, coming out here. Let folks know we're back live and streaming thanks to some cleverness on our part to get the stream and the internet service that we need back. Sorry for all the outages and problems we've had, but we're running good now. You can get the stream, velodrome.org/live if you're tuning in live. Thanks for your patience to the fans out there. We've got, I think, another 500 subscribers in the last week or so. A lot of excitement coming into the Vision Grand Prix, and then we couldn't provide the service, but at least we can do tonight. Our kid's just about ready to start. We'll throw down to Mara.
All right. Ooh, nice and hot now. All right, we got another full lap group. Are you ready? Yeah. Fabulous. Ready, set, go!
And the riders are away. 1 to go. Junior racing, always part of the Velodrome family. The youngsters here in front of the live crowd, always part of the fun. The Kiddie Kilo, the first and third Fridays of the month. And then usually during special events, we try to do a few of them, knowing that we want parents and families to come out and enjoy the fun at the park with us. There will be more Kiddie Kilos in the month of August. Your first and third Fridays in August include a Kiddie Kilo in the program. You can go to velodrome.org/Kiddie Kilo to learn more about what this is all about. Registration's always easy. Just bring the kid and their bike and a helmet, and we'll get them signed up here. We've even had scooters and, of course, push bikes also welcome. Have an older junior looking to get into racing, we also have opportunities for juniors to begin track cycling. This is a great place to learn. Nice gentle curves in the corners. Lots of staff around, a very big junior community already here, willing to help and give advice and be mentors. Juniors can start by taking a youth try the track class. For 8 to 16-year-olds, they get on one of our frog bikes for the younger riders, or any of our other fixed gear bikes. A bike that fits them already included. It's an hour-long class, so during that time, our staff get the riders up to speed and get them out here on the track. Check it out at velodrome.org/education, or you can find just the drop-down on the homepage.
Corey, out of corner 4, look at this sprint. We got a 3-up Kiddie Kilo sprint right now.
Woo! Look at this form. Wow. Our lead rider here kind of reminds me of Liz Ann Fox on the penny farthing with their grip and that position, that high cadence. Liz Ann Fox, our sprinter here that we'll get to see again, racing a Guinness World Record yesterday on the penny farthing for the women for an hour ride on the track, put in 59 laps in an hour, just short of, and setting a record for the women in that event. Pretty fun to watch that yesterday. Your kids now going down. We do have some push bikes today, not as many as on a Friday, but they're here. They're ready to go down the home straight. We'll get them started shortly. Yay, one more finisher from the last group. Training wheels on in good form.
All right, we got an awesome group of push bikes and push athletes over here. Are we ready? Yeah, all right, ready, set, oh, just the straightaway, go, go, go.
All right, nice job, kids. We're going to invite all the kids, Moms and Paws, to make their way back the way they came in. All our parents and all our kids, bring your bikes and come on back out the way you came in. Nice job, and thanks for joining us. Fun to see all the smiles and all the fun we can have together on the Velodrome. Great job here today. Let's bring out the bikes and all the smiles with you. Thank you so much for joining us. You made our day brighter and more beautiful. One more full round of applause from the audience for the kids and for Moms and Paws. Thanks for coming out today. Nice job on the Kiddie Kilo, everybody. The The Gregg's Masters Cat 3 Keirin minor final. On deck will be the major final upcoming here momentarily. They are followed by the Gregg's Elite Men Keirin minor and then major final. Oh, what a beautiful evening we're all having here today. Beautiful sights here at the Velodrome. Great racing so far. More great things to come as we come into the conclusion of this Keirin. One ride yet to go for each of these riders to sort out the finishing order for 1st through 12th. First, we're going to see the group for 7th through 12th, the minor final. They're getting lined up here. This is for the Masters Cat 3 men. While you get ready for the riders to clip in and get set to go, Issaquah Ice Stream Trike is here for a cool treat for the kids that just finished their Kiddie Kilo. Just follow the sound of the bike bell ringing over there. And of course, Jessica's Unique Bites for a burger and some fries if you need that. Wet your whistle in the beverage garden. Purchase a pint, get a glass that you get to keep, and know that your purchase is a donation right back to the Velodrome. And now we look to this heat for will be 7th through 12th positions. Getting set to start for Red Kilo. We've got Steve Mousseau in lane number 1. Next door to him in lane 2, Iman Odrago in the black kit. In the white with the black helmet is Alex Hui, number 73. Next door in the black kit in lane 5, Thomas Andrew, number 69. And finally, for Liquid Velo out on the outside, number 3, Andy Baker. Set to start in this minor final. Ready to go from the Pacers, getting the signal. Pacer on the home straight. Rider is ready. And off we go. First rider across the line. 7th overall today for the Keirin. Upcoming will be the ride for 1st through 6th. Your champion to be found soon. Just to get here, the riders had to qualify against a very large field. Over 30 athletes in this group started today. It's been whittled down through several rounds of Keirin racing. First, it had to be the top 2 in a large group of about 8 riders, 8 to 9. If you didn't get in the top 2 there, you rode again in what's called the reps. Out of those groups of 6, only 1 rider advanced. That's how the riders got into the semis we saw earlier. Now finally, these are the bottom 3 from the semifinal round. Still top 12 in their group today out of a very large field. Still impressive to be here at this point. These riders are still fighting for pride. They want to win in this minor final today. Steve Mousseau for Red Kilo, number 40. Draw for the first position. He's right behind the bike still. Iman Odrago, the rider in black, right behind him still. You see Alex Hui with those fancy looking wheels as they shine from across the Velodrome here. He's right in the middle of the group. Those front 2 riders look very strong in their earlier events. Interesting to see how this one plays out. I think Thomas Andrew might be upset he's here too. Let's watch how this one unfolds. After the half lap, the pacer is out of the way and it'll be a lap and a half to go. And the race is fully engaged now. Andy Baker's really repositioning himself here. The field sees him coming now. At 1 to go, Baker taking strong, dominant position here, number 3. As they round out through turn 1, a huge gap has been opened up by the local rider. Baker's trying to go long around the track. He started way back in turn 3, really, is when this attack really started to build. Alex Hui starting to try to re-accelerate himself. Steve Mousseau from the front trying to hold on, but Baker, he wanted more out of this race. He didn't get invited to the 1 through 6. dominant fashion here in the minor final. Nice job for Baker, will come well ahead of the field. Steve Mousseau second across the line, number 40. Baker looking like he may have been in the wrong class there. Good race there for number 3. And now for the top 6 positions, your major final for the Masters Cat 3. Getting lined up and set to start on the inside, we got the junior, David Madison, number 94, Jerry Baker Jr.'s. Next door, Vandervliet of the Flying Gorilla Academy, number 48. That's Tak Makino of Atomic Racing, number 51 in the 3rd lane. Next door to him, Tyson Danielson for Waterline Racing. Pacer is on their way, getting the signal. Pacer is on their way. In lane 5, in the blue for Gene Johnson Cycling is Sam Frigo, number 87. And finally outside, that's number 4, the coefficient of speed rider, Matty Hers. Throwing down for the top 6 positions here, our champions from the group will be found first rider across the line. Your winner in the Keirin today. Pacer is well on their way. Now on the home straight. Riders ready. Big moment we've been building here, folks. Excited to see one of our Jerry Baker Juniors make it in here. A youngster that's been making big strides here in 2023, coming into good form later in the summer, number 94. Vandervliet, the rider right behind him, though, the winner of the sprint tournament in this category yesterday. We know he's got incredible top speed, and he's gotten here pretty easily. I've watched him follow behind some pretty fast wheels. He's been saving his effort for this final, making sure he's got a big sprint lined up. I'm looking at number 48 to be on top of this one if he can figure out the right combination of attack and speed here today. Right behind him, though, for Atomic Racing, number 51, Tak Makino looked good in his qualifying round just a moment ago during the semifinals. We got Tyson Danielson, made an early attack earlier on today, the rider in the white helmet with the the blue kit for Waterline Racing. Number 6, Sam Frigo looked very strong in his group 2 way at the very back, and never count out Matty Hers in a group sprint like this. All these riders, accomplished speedsters in their own right. Again, I think maybe 48 showing what he could do yesterday in that sprint tournament. That's going to be a tall order to beat. Their group is set here for an exciting finish as we come up to speed. Everybody's just staying in their position. We've seen a lot of reshuffling here today in the Keirin as riders maybe not feeling they want to be back in position 3, 4, or 5. Here today, though, during the final, everybody's playing their role, just lined up nice and neat at the moment. Half a lap left for the pacer before the racing is really underway. Madison in the tough spot of leading this very fast Keirin. See what the junior decides to do with that opportunity. Already looking over the shoulder, seeing if anybody's trying to reposition himself. He pulls off the pace. We've lost a little speed. Madison moving up just a little bit. He's not going to keep on the attack here. He technically comes out of the sprinter's lane. Hers thinks he might be able to grab it. Not able to come up in time, though. The bell's ringing. Now we're underway. First the line will be your winner in the Keirin. Tyson Danielson launches the attack. Sam Frigo on his wheel. We've got a lineup of 4 very strong riders coming down the back, being led currently by Danielson. Now a second attack from Sam Frigo up and out of the saddle. Alongside with him and the Atomic Racer, Tak Makino trying to come up alongside of him as well. Here comes Vandervliet trying to come around the outside. It's going to be 4 riders across the track. Vandervliet trying to accelerate from the outside. It'll be close across the line. It'll be Atomic Racing, number 51, Tak Makino. Vandervliet making a nice run at it, not able to get there in time. Number 51 was able to follow the wheel of Sam Frigo out of turn 4, and he looked very smooth coming to the finish. Your winner here today in the Keirin for the Masters Cat 3 men. Nicely done for our Atomic Racing rider there. That was an exciting finish. Let's see what else we can get here from the elite men. Now coming onto the track, it's our minor final first, racing for 7th through 12th. These riders still got a lot to fight for here today. On the inside in the all blue for Center Cycles, that's Luke Wilson, number 82. Next to him, Brendan Russell for the Found Cycling Guild in green. In lane 3, For the J. Baker Juniors, Merritt Gallagher. Next door to him in the white today for 10-speed hero, that's number 23, Christian Miller. For the shop racing out of Atlanta, number 39, Lamin Wright is in lane 5. And finally, your rider in red for the Red Truck Racing presented by Mosaic Homes Team. That's number 50, Campbell Parrish on the top. Pacer now onto the home straight. Riders ready. Here we go. Now with the elite men group. Our riders in this group here, again, qualifying out of a pretty large group of riders. Today, earlier in the afternoon, we had this qualifying rounds. They came here into the semifinal round. Didn't make it into the top race today, but they still made it this far, and they're going to want to make sure they put on a good show and a good effort here today. First rider across the line will be 7th overall in the Keirin. At the front, it's Luke Wilson, number 82, one of those riders to watch. It's been fun to watch the former Seahawk tight end, Super Bowl champion, turned sports later in life as he's been coming on strong today, trying to make a good show of it here today in the Keirin. Behind him, Brendan Russell, Found Cycling Guild, savvy, strong rider he is, number 29, always puts on a show for us. Merritt Gallagher, the rising talent of the J. Baker Juniors team, gets his upgrade to the 1-2s just a week ago and is already showing good form here in the elite men group. And he's recently joined Christian Miller behind him for a 10-speed hero. Some impressive results for him yesterday in the sprint tournament. Surprised me and several of us here as he upset several of the speedsters he was up against. This is a good event for him as well. It's Lamin Wright for the shop, trying to move up a little bit alongside of the lineup now from Atlanta, number 39. And Red Truck Racing brings in number 50 there, the rider in red. At the back end of the group, it's Campbell Parrish, drew 6th position. It's a random draw, so the deciding order for where these riders start is not determined by their speed or any projection by us. It is simply a random draw before they come out onto the track. And now the race fully really in the control of the riders. Luke Wilson, number 82, continue to hold on to the front now, seeing 1 to go. Wilson looking for someone to come into view. Brendan Russell really turning that bike around. He's going to open things up big into turn 1. Brendan Russell, the rider for Found Cycling, get down the back straight now, trying to lead this thing out. He's got good position, a bike length or two separating him before you even see the front of Campbell Parrish's bike. Now coming into turn 4, good acceleration from the rider in red. This for 7th place, Brendan Russell looking pretty good here. Can he hold on to it? Campbell Parrish running at it. Oh, Campbell Parrish will take it. Brendan Russell, 2nd across the line, your rider in red. Good run at the line there for number 50. And finally, our last Keirin of this long and wonderful day of Keirin racing. It is time for the major final for the elite men. The champions of speed here for our men competitors today will be found out, as this is the potentially the fastest lap we'll see today. These 6 riders competing starting in the afternoon. They've won through their groups. They've made it through either the heats or the reps. They got to the semis. They were top 3 in that first ride they had today during this session. And now they're qualified here for this exciting race for 1st through 6th place. Down in lane 1 in the black with the white helmet, that's Corey Jamison, rider number 59. Right next door to Andrew Karlberg, number 12, coefficient of speed. John Bowie, the undeniable, sits next door, number 24 for Waterline Racing. We got ourselves number 30, Dan Brewer, number one of our out-of-town competitors for Cheney Windows and Doors, a national talent as an own right. Aaron Young trying to defend his title here. He won last year in this event for the shop. He's out in lane 5. And finally, along the rail, Mateo Morasis, winner of the sprint tournament yesterday, the Argentinian sprinter, hoping to make some more damage here today in the Keirin. Our riders are set to start, and the signal for the pacer is now given. Hold on to your seats, folks. This is going to be a fun one. We've got our riders set to go. The Pacers now on their way. Top 6 at the line after just 4 quick laps. Pacer now on the home straight. Riders ready. And off we go. The big guys with the big gears here, getting on top of the bike and getting them set to go. Will our return rider from Atlanta be able to double down on his efforts from last year and pick up a win again this year? Number 44 in the white. The rider he grabbed at the line at the photo finish, Andrew Karlberg, is here. The rider in blue, our local speedster and a track record holder in the 200 meter for us, known for his top speed. Will he be able to find it today? Or the winner of that sprint tournament yesterday, Mateo Morasis, at the very back end, the rider in blue, certainly going to want to show that he's got the stuff to throw down in this Keirin today after winning the sprints yesterday and have a dominant position in the sprint Omnium after this event. Or will it be any of our other speedsters here? There's lots of speed in this group. Watch the positioning from 44 and 32 at the very back end of this thing in particular. Karlberg already near the front, and he's got a good wheel of Corey Jamieson right there. Another speedster in this group. The rider in black with the white helmet looked pretty strong in his qualifying events. Made some great moves from the middle of the field here, but now he finds himself in the lead out of this very fast final. Into the final half lap with the Pacer now as they see 2 to go. Jamieson still leading out the field here. No change in order. Everybody staying in their place. Oh, a little bit of position given up as Brewer pops out of the sprinter's lane. That lets rider Aaron Young move up a bike. He'll take it. As the Pacer leaves, Jamieson still at the front. He's not trying to drive the pedals too hard. Karlberg sitting in right behind him. It's a little bit neutral right now. Brewer pulls up and out of the way. He actually gets back on the wheel of Morasis, hoping he can follow the Argentinian into the sprint. 1 to go. It's 1 to go. Karlberg up and out of the saddle. Number 12 says he's got to jump now. He's going to try and do a 400-meter effort. That means Morasis is going to get on the wheel. A perfect spot for the Argentinian as we go down the back straight. Bowie's got a good read on it, too. He's up and out of the saddle. Look at the acceleration from John Bowie from Waterline Racing. Mateo Morasis has to respond quickly, otherwise he's going to lose this thing. Karlberg from the front still so fast. Can anybody come around Karlberg? Where's the speed? Here they comes Bowie. Karlberg. Bowie. Bowie. John Bowie, number 24. Waterline Racing. I don't know what to call him anymore. The Enduro turned Keirin champ. The Lizard Man. Okay. I don't know what it means, but I'll do it. John Bowie raising his hand here, folks. Number 24 makes a great move in the field, finds that line, the blue line, and just flies up to the front. Surprising, I guess, some of us. No more doubters allowed. Wow. Folks, that was a fun one. Local favorite, and again, I give him the nickname of the Undeniable One for a reason. He's a hard one to beat, but here we go, folks. These athletes, I'm excited for ride number 3 here. It just keeps getting better. Jenna Lingwood, number 114 for Team Mama Bears, lines up on the outside to take on national champion many time, the speedster, Lizanne Fox for St. George Cycling, number 120. In the best of 3, they've gotten it to the 3rd ride. It's time to see who will be our champion in the sprints right now. The racing is too good here, folks. It's fun. Hopefully you're enjoying yourself out there. Stay in your seats, stay in your spot. We've got a fast race here, 2 laps to go on this quick match sprint between these 2 champs. Great athletes both. Lingwood tried some pretty interesting tactics, I'd say, from the first race. A go right from the gun, so to speak, right from the line, made the attack, made it fast, pulled up, and it was pretty quick at that point. Both riders kind of danced around each other, but Lizanne got the better of Lingwood. In the second matchup, we saw something kind of similar here. The slow lead out, Lingwood able to hold onto the wheel of Lizanne as she got up to speed in turn 2 on the second lap, and then came around her on the finish straight here and was able to pick up round 2. Let's see what our riders do here today in this third and very exciting matchup. Winner finds first overall in the sprint tournament today in the Broadmark Elite Open Women field. Both riders being patient, much like their second ride. Lizanne says the only thing that's going to change is I'm going to win it. But Willingwood's going to try to pull it off. Similar probably kind of play here. Tactics going to play a big part in this race, as already these two have thrown down twice. Will there be a different approach? Lizanne trying to hold on a bit more, maybe a little bit more movement up and down, force Lingwood into a response. Nothing coming of it yet. Both riders right in the middle of the track. Lizanne looking over both shoulders, looks over the right now, sees where Lingwood is. Both riders holding on. We get into the flat of the back straight. No reaction, no speed, no acceleration yet. In fact, we slow down. We're only got about 200 meters to go. Lizanne starts to crawl down, saying, if you're going to let me jump, I think I got you. You're going to have to use this slingshot at some point. If it's a short race, Lizanne's got the better advantage. She's now going to jump up to speed. Lingwood's still right there. Here we go. It's a short one. Lizanne from the front, trying to close this thing down. Lizanne, Fox, Jenna Lingwood, Lizanne, Fox. A good way to ride that last one. Number 1-2-0. Makes it a good show and a good race all the way to the end. We're going to see her come back around one more time, our champion here. As a nice race between the two. She's flown in from Australia more than once, and she does it because she loves the crowd here in Redmond. She knows she can get a good show when she comes here. She loves the community. She loves to put on a good show, and we're going to show our love and appreciation for Lizanne. She is an incredible athlete, a fun show person, and, of course, a great rider here today in this sprint tournament. Here she comes again, folks, your champion today in the Broadmark Elite Open Women's Sprints, Lizanne Fox. And we also recognize Jenna Lingwood for an excellent set of rides against the speedster. Fox takes it. And now, the Stanley Masters Cat 3 Elimination Race. This big field here is going to be going on the track, and every single lap they complete, one rider gets eliminated from the very back. Your last rider across the line, pulled from the event until we get all the way down to the end. Getting set to start from the rail here shortly. Racing will be underway after the neutral. Riders right now in the neutral, though it may not look like it. They're already fighting for position here in this very big field. Being near the front, more valuable in this race than most. As anywhere near the back, you've got to work to stay in. The elimination about to start. If we can get the riders together, it may not come to pass. We're already getting the signal to take another lap, as we do have to bring them back together. Not surprising in this big field. We're still in the neutral. We'll take it around again. Still in the neutral. Fun part of the Vision Grand Prix, not only do we get the speedsters from out of town, we get everybody to show up here. I heard 32, 33 starters at the line for this group. Our maximum field size is about 40 riders, so this is a big group riding here today. And the whistle sounding, racing's underway. As you know right now, we are streaming the action. You can get a view from the GoPros in the race here and there. You get a good look at the racing action, or you can just share it with friends and family. Let them know that we're streaming here at Redmond, Washington for the Vision Grand Prix. Go to velodrome.org/live. That's velodrome.org/live. Scroll down for both the program as well as a link to the live stream, so you can share that, put it on the socials, and let people know. If you're out there enjoying it right now, hit that thumbs up, hit the subscribe, and stick around for more coverage this year. I think we figured out our internet woes. We'll bring you more Friday night racing, including Fred's race and all the rest of the season. Number 70, your first elimination here, coming in. It's going to be a while here, folks. Every lap, only one rider gets eliminated. And with this big starting group, we'll continue to work our way down one rider at a time. Watch the back here, as might be a tough day here for Red Kilo. Oh, maybe Kit Colbert right in the middle here. We'll get the call. Still no call. Still no call. 88. It gets the call. 88. Colbert. Can't hear it anymore. All right, I'll make the call again for Kid as he couldn't hear us from over in corner 3. So it will be 88 this time. It will be 88 getting eliminated. Yep. Slow on the call. Thanks for trying there. We'll do a pull next lap. 88 will make his way off this time. All the way at the back, it looks like one of our younger riders, number 99, Colin Stotts, shaking his head. Stotts found out there. Alex Huey pulling away from the field. We watch now for the elimination at the back. Miles Morales, oh no. 83. Everyone's favorite version of Spider-Man gets caught at the line. Airtech Racing trying to accelerate here. 72, the call. Number 72, Will Mitchell. Another change at the front now as Gavin Newman will take a run at it. You aren't going to be eliminated if you're off the front, that's for sure, but typically it's more energy than needs to be spent if you're leading the field. Especially this early on in the elimination. So the field will start to catch up to Newman as he pulls off the acceleration. We'll look to the back here. Airtech Racing making a nice move at it. Look out for the rider in gray. Number 81 indeed. Grinsel. It's Huey in a tough spot right now. The rider in white who was at the front for a while. All that effort today, and the Keirins trying to stay in one more lap. I think he made it. 26 is Ben Flom. Flom, 26. Huey with a nice bit of acceleration down the sprinter's lane does it. Hold on. Thinking that Flom might have enough speed and room to move over. Didn't quite get there. Our big field now bunched up in turn 3. Lots of changes in the lead. It's a pretty moderate tempo right here. It's been a long weekend. Riders have had a lot of laps already here in the Grand Prix. These athletes putting in big effort just to get to this stage and to line up here today. 34, Haldy. Two Airtech racers and one of them already starting to feel the pressure. 93, Snowby found that time. Beautiful afternoon of some great racing today. Exciting Keirins, great sprints already concluded in the earlier part of the race. Now we're in the middle of this great elimination race where large starting group, over 30 riders came to the rail. We continue to work our way down, one rider at a time. 65, Red Kilo, David Miller. One of our BC area riders. making his way down with some teammates here today to compete. Gets found out there. Another one of our Atlanta competitors is Lawson off the front. The rider with the light blue has kind of turned us into a not elimination looking race here for a moment as everybody's kind of strung out, holding on to the acceleration. That leaves Campbell Harris in a bad spot. Number 98 will be found out this time. Fergus Tanaka of the Small Monsters Project, the rider in black, joining in with Lawson to kind of make a big jump here about a lap ago, stretch things out a lot. They're a little bit more moderate on their acceleration now. They've sat into a bit more of a regular tempo in the field, catching up and becoming the familiar wedge shape we see in the elimination as riders swing out along the rail, leaving out one of our Dyna racers here. 16 is Scott Vincent. It's one about the elimination that you get to watch who's the creme of the creme, who's at the top, one rider at a time. They made their way here to the Grand Prix, riders from out of town. Our fastest local talent in these groups. One by one, they won't make it to the end. And when we get to that top 5, you know those riders will have really earned it. They'll put in more than 25 laps just to get there, and they'll have to survive elimination after elimination. Whoa. 73. 73, Alex Huey. That was wide across the track, but Alex down in the short lane. Not quite fast enough to survive that situation. Nowhere really to go when you're down the sprinter's lane. And the lead out riders are just sitting there parked. They feel safe. They're not accelerating. And you're stuck behind them with nowhere to go. Let's see what happens here. I'm looking at another rider, this time down just above the sprinter's lane. Might be in a tough spot. Oh, maybe a rider in green. '84. 84 is Mike Ritter. Wow. Another close one. A lot of movement in the lower front part of this field right now as athletes trying to find their spot. A little bit of bumping at the back. Not going to be able to find the space he needed. 89 is Pryor was trying to find a location to be, just didn't find the space needed. Looks like we have a bit of an early volunteer here, one rider off the back. Everyone in the field is safe. '95 gets the official call. Another elimination coming in here. Look at the rider in blue trying to go on their outside. Oh, we'll have enough. I think so. Magidson, David Magidson, 94. Magidson. Still several more laps of elimination action here. Riders hold on as best as they can. Oh, I won't say a number just yet. I'll wait for the call, but yeah, 18. Number 18 is getting the call. Number 18. I'm saying Austin Hildreth, number 18, was making a move for it and just didn't quite have the time or the space to get there. It's been a number of years since Hildreth's been a regular rider here, now riding for the Country Green Turf Racing team. Good acceleration from Jamie Park. Should be somebody else this time. Number 40 knew it was coming. I know of our Red Kilo rider, Steve Mousseau. We saw Dyna Racer, Jamie Park, excuse me, make a nice acceleration. The rider in the gray with the pink accents there. Picked up a really quick acceleration to ensure he has another lap. He's the rider at the very back. He's going to have to do it again if he wants to stay in. He'll try to make that effort happen now. Oh, he'll have enough. 86 gets the call. 8-6. Tyrell Lacey. Whoa. That caused a bit of a split there as one rider trying to get their way out. Able to get there. 12 riders remain, just a dozen out of this very large field, 33, 34 starters. Park trying to do it again from the back. Another acceleration for the rider in the gray and pink. I think he got it. 19 down the sprinter's lane, Darlene. He'll do it again. He'll reset himself on the back straight, rest, and get back on the back, and then do another acceleration. You're going to see him do this as many times as he can. It's always going to be somebody down low that's going to be on the receiving end of this elimination. If he can continue to do this successfully, this is a great time to utilize this strategy, as now the field's a little smaller. He's got room to move over the top. Still enough riders, though, that there's a couple lanes deep. He can accelerate and surprise people. See if he can do it again. I think we got Liquid Velo down low. Chip Chazé of the Liquid Velo colors, number 17, eliminated. As once again, the acceleration from Park, enough as he goes over the top. Doing it one rider at a time. Good racing here from Park. He's going to do it again. Let's see if he's got the speed. Maybe not this time. 90 is caught finally. Not enough acceleration for Park. A good run for the rider from Dyna Racing, as I think that was about 5 in a row that felt his acceleration. Good enough to get into a top 10 overall. Let's see if there's going to be another rider that takes the mantle. The Devil's Horns from themselves to continue to try to be that rider at the back, the thorn in everybody's side. Currently, Will Fowler in a bit of a tough spot there at the back for Jay Baker Jr. He stays in the sprinter's lane. The rider in blue for Gene Johnson looks like he's fallen off the pace here a little bit and says, we're good. 80 is Andrew Lynch. 8 riders remain. First, Tanaka, the rider in the all black at the front, has had several successes of his own on many national stages. He continues to set the pace for this field. Clearly has great endurance as he just holds off all these speedsters lap after lap. Another good move around the outside here. Whoa. Looked for the junior in a bad spot. 91's Fowler. Will Fowler made the move just a hair too late. Good acceleration from the riders coming around him. 7 riders remain now. Tanaka still leading the field out, forcing our orange helmet now to be the devil again. It might be one of our Portland youth in trouble or the Atlanta rider. Whoa, we'll have to check the camera between our two there at the bottom. 78. 78 is Newman. Close between Newman and Lawson that time, but the rider out of Atlanta, Dylan Lawson for Bell Lap Cycle Works, stays in. Now in the top 6. If you can just stay in one more lap, you can say you made it into the top 5, and you can be on the podium today for the elimination. Oh, can the Atlanta rider find a space? He's got to go all the way around the outside. It's going to be across the track. Oh, he's got enough speed. It'll be Carl Hofer for the Found Cycling Guild, number 41. Whoa, Lawson's going to go ahead. This is interesting. He can do this. There's no reason not to. If he's in a position to do this kind of a ride, he can just go ahead and force this to be a bit of a sprint at the front. Both Tanaka and hers do match the effort. Williams just needs to stay in front of one more rider in front of him to continue in this race. These 3 all safe. Williams, the rider in all blue here for Center Cycles, will end up probably in 4th here at this stage, number 14 will. And here, your rider coming across the line, number 74. Yeah, Tutski, the rider that officially gets eliminated here, but he manages to get on the podium today, 5th overall. What an interesting move from Lawson, the rider in the light blue. Now hers is going to play his own little game and jump early. Lawson feeling a little tired. Interesting elimination here, the race from the front, usually in a race in the back. None of these 3 are eliminated, though. Lawson's still in the race. It's Kenny Williams behind him that'll be eliminated. Lawson's still racing, but he's given the lead up to these 2. So here comes your 4th place finisher, Kenny Williams staying in top 5. Nice job for Center Cycles today. Number 14, pardon me. On the back straight, number 75 has already given up the lead. He's going to be out this lap. Didn't have the legs to do another jump, it looks like. That was a big effort he put out. A very interesting move. Still secures him top 3, though. So coming in here from Atlanta, Lawson with a good showing this weekend will be in 3rd. Here it is between Hers and Tanaka. National competitors, both of them. We're putting hands together here for Lawson, who gets 3rd overall today in the big elimination. A nice ride for the Atlanta athlete. Our local rider, Maddie Hers, at the lead. It looks like a match sprint now. A good diver for Tanaka. The 40-44 Masters kind of champion in the points in the world comes here to the Grand Prix to try to throw down this elimination, but Hers has got the great recovery. Hers back onto the wheel, trying to shoot this thing around the corner. Maddie Hers, Tanaka. Maddie Hers has got it off. He's got it, he says. Number 4, Maddie Hers with the coefficient of speed with another good victory on his belt. Nice race for Maddie. It is time for all riders in the Marymoor Crawl, powered by the 100% glasses, to make their way to corner 4. If you want to be in the crawl, come on up to turn 4. Join us for the Marymoor Crawl. $150 to win the crawl, $100 for second, $50 for third. 3 riders pick up some cash prizes today in the fun novelty race, the crawl, coming up. Riders that want to compete, grab the bike now and head to turn 4, and we'll get you started shortly. Folks, this is the 2023 Vision Grand Prix, our final session of racing. We've got some more great races ahead of you. After the crawl, we come back to another elimination, this time for the Elite Open Women. We've got the 10-mile scratch for the Elite Men, some points races, and then, of course, the big Madison at the end of the night for the Elite Men. Issaquah Ice Cream Trike is here serving delicious treats out of the bike and the freezer over there. They've got popsicles, they've got the ice cream, they've got the goods. Come on over and enjoy a treat on Issaquah Ice Cream Trike. And of course, Jessica's Unique Bites serving delicious burgers and the best French fries out of a food truck I've had. You can get them here today in the park, just behind the grandstands. Beverage Garden's got good viewership, and there's a lot of people in there. They got a good angle to see the crawl. Come on over and pick up a pint of Postdoc Brewing or Locust Ciders. Get a complimentary cup, and of course, enjoy great views and good company here today for the rest of the racing. If you're out there on the stream, hope you're enjoying the show. Leave the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell to get notified when we go live during special events and all of our racing programs. This is the Marymoor Crawl, just about ready to start. Our riders getting set to go here. A couple more joining us in turn 4 before we start. I think Brewer wants to join in. He just missed some fencing. He's going to take one more time around the track here. This is our fun event here, folks. We do this during our big events and occasionally on Friday nights. The slowest lap here at the velodrome. Our riders will stay behind the line here until the bell rings. The riders don't get to know how long that is. During that time, they are standing upright on their bikes. They've got to keep the bike upright under their own power. They can't put their feet down. They can't come off of the racing surface. They can't lean against anybody. They can't put their hands on somebody. They can't go backwards. They must maintain some sort of forward momentum or be stuck in place using those fixed gear bikes until the bell rings, and it's a 1-lap race for the finish line. Big field here today for our second Marymoor Crawl. And there's the whistle. The riders love this one. It's fun. We only do it really here. We invented it right here in the Marymoor Park. That's why it's called the Marymoor Crawl. A lot of riders showing up for a chance at the cash and the fun in front of the crowd. Oh, Kovalchuk. Hello, goodbye. That bike ain't working right. We got some bribery going on here just beyond. What kind of a money is that? International currency available beyond the finish line if you want something more exotic. Oh, he's like, I don't know. Oh, the foot down. That was a good move for the cash, too. Bribery happening up here along the Vision sign at the front. Oh. Atomic says, hell yeah, I'll take some of that. Oh, Vandervliet all the way up here at the front.
Corey, I'm here with newly turned sprinter, John Bowie. John, how's being a sprinter?
I'm not good enough at sprinting to track stand and talk.
All right, too much focus needed.
Can't do it all.
Can't do it all. All right, let's get somebody else here. Andrew has a question for John.
You better at track standing or points races?
He said, that's mean.
I mean, what'd you expect? You handed the mic to Andrew.
I can be nice.
When you want to be. When you want to be. Oh, this is a busy group here. Oh, another foot down. More cash at the front. Oh, the goodbye to Lemin Wright. He takes the cash payout. Oh, Vandervliet's down. Can't keep the track stand. Oh, we are narrowing this group down. There's still lots of speedsters here today. This is a good-looking group. Aaron Young's coming up from the shop here as well. Ooh, Psychomeister's trying to hold on to it right at the line. Starring, ring the bell, ring the bell, ring the bell. Nope, too much. Another one out. Brewer's going to come up for, is that a 10? Brewer wants it. Okay, good. I know why I started this race. I'm out. Thank you very much. Another bit of cash for Carlberg. Carlberg's done. We keep with, Bowie. Oh, and Pyle will take the cash. We're going to thin this thing down. Liz Ann Fox is still in it. Who's got some morals around here? Who's willing to stick around for more than $5 and race a race? Oh, Ascooey's out as well, number 8. Aaron Young says, I'm focused. Don't mess me up. I'm going to win this thing. Barely in kit. Peter Gilchrist. Oh, the bell. Oh, no. One to go. Aaron Young, he was not going to be distracted. The rider from the shop said, I got to win something this weekend, and this is going to be my race. No way. $20, $50. I want $150. Look at this attack from the shop. A one-lap effort from this great sprinter and speedster all the way from Atlanta, Aaron Young, your winner in the crawl. Great finish for him. Here we go. Alex Hui coming across the line second. We'll still get some cash. And Eric Pratis, the collegiate competitor, comes across the line third for $50. I said Eric. I know. I haven't done that all season. I get one mistake with the Pratis brothers, right? I spent a lot of time with Eric up here on the deck. Nice move for Carl there to pick up the $50 and third overall in the crawl. Good times. Here comes your next group to the line. It is time for the Experience Redmond Elite Open Women Elimination Race. All right, folks, we got another great race in store for you here. The elimination for the Open Elite Women. Oh, no. Kimberly Chen raised her hand saying, help. That chain is not connected correctly. Keep it slow, says our officials. We keep it neutral. We can get this thing fixed. Kimberly can bring it to a stop here. That's right, no brakes, folks. Got to do it just over time here. It'll slow down eventually. We can run the bike back in, get that chain reset, and get her back in this field before the race starts. We're going to keep it neutral, riders. We got one rider with a mechanical. We're keeping it neutral. Got another jumping in thanks to this neutral, so that'll work out for Lizanne, who'll join us here shortly. We're going to get the bike reset for Kimberly's over there in turn 2, trying to get that drop chain sorted out for herself here. Pulled the wheel, it looks like. And we'll get that set and hopefully get them back out here. This is, of course, the Experience Redmond Elite Open Women Elimination. We've got a whole host of sponsors. If you can't tell, the Velodrome takes a lot of work to keep open. That's probably why there's not too many of them around. You got to believe, folks, here in Redmond, you have something very special here in your backyard. If you're tuning in on YouTube, you know, too, this is a pretty special place. We do things pretty well here at our Velodrome, and we're proud of it. We appreciate the support of all of our great sponsors here in the community. We hope you will show your support to our sponsors, partake in their businesses, and show your love to them for the love they've shown us. Our thanks to Experience Redmond for helping us today here, getting folks out to Redmond to know all the great sights and sounds and joys and food that can be had here in the Redmond area. Lizanne joining in on the effort, and here comes Kimberly after getting the bike reset and ready to start. She'll join in on the front here. The neutral coming underneath them now, and it looks like we should be able to get together and start this thing out of turn 4. The riders are all together, anticipating the whistle here shortly. And racing underway, the Experience Redmond Open Elite Women Elimination. Once again, last ride across the line, we're going to watch the rear wheel. The last rear wheel to cross the line is our mark to know who is out every single lap until we're down to the end. It's 1:15, Meg Mautner for the Bryhop Racing Team. Melinda Lingwood of the Mama Bears team finds herself at the back in that position where she'll have to do some sprinting work, some acceleration to stay in. Up along the rail, we saw Lizanne Fox get in, the winner of our sprint tournament here for this group. She goes down to the sprinter's lane, the rider with that bright pink bike. After jumping in a little late during the neutral. Lingwood looking for room. Ooh, close. 119, Lauren Fridman. Lauren, Burnaby Velodrome Club. Our closest neighbors in the Velodrome community up across the border into British Columbia. The Burnaby Velodrome Club rides in an indoor bubble. And a beautiful Velodrome and program they run up there. We got some of their competitors and their teams that have made their way down here for the Grand Prix as they do every year. And a little bit of cross-pollination between our riders in this area and up there in Burnaby, as they're also available in the off-season when we're taking a breather. Emily Alexander will at least give the wave goodbye. Secretary, I can't see names anymore on the sheet. I'm not sure what happens. And Team Mama Bears has 116 getting the call out here this time. Linda Lingwood. Another rider here to be found out. Good movement across the top. Look down low. Hillary Luther in a tough spot here. Ooh. It is Hillary Luther, 117. Gritting her teeth saying, I think I might be able to make a move. Just not quite enough time. If you've been tuning on the YouTube, you are seeing a beautiful view from the GoPro of Kelly Dolly, number 9, bringing us some in-the-race action. If you want to tune in and check it out yourself, velodrome.org/live. Scroll down for the link. Oh, down low. Look out. 108. Wade Easley. Whoa, way stretched out here. Onto the reacceleration from the front. Single file formation all the way towards the back here. Might be one of our younger riders here. 121. Looks to be Rue found that time. Oh, might have been down low. We'll see. It is 122. Glover, 122. One of the Jared Baker Juniors looking in a tough spot. It will be 123 Door. 123. Look along the rail this time. 118, that's Victoria Park. Okay, here we go. Looks like Lingwood might be in a tough spot here. 114 eliminated. Second overall back in their sprint tournament. Found herself in the second lane there, not able to get a new position and move up. And change of position here as our GoPro camera rider gets overtaken. A couple riders come flying to the front here, including Kimberly Chan, the rider that had a bit of a mechanical at the beginning, works her way back in here. Another speedster in the group, a top 3 in our sprint tournament. .106 is Claire Law. It's Jordan Lothrop that's come all the way to the front now in this lineup in front of Chen and Darlene. Single file formation back to the back of the group as Gilchrist now finds herself at the long end of this race, right behind Annette Williams. And that'll be the last lap for Gilchrist as she sees the riders in front of her accelerate away from her. The rider in the all red for Fluvog's Crit Nasty team, that's Jennifer Girth, number 102, also alongside of Williams now at the back. And they're both following Liz Ann Fox right now with that bright pink bike. Girth riding a little bit now in front of Williams, who's going to probably try to bump up around her now. See if she can stay in another lap. A good move here for Center Cycles rider. She has a lane. She'll follow Girth up, see if she can get this one. One more rider out this time. It's down low. Chen, 113. We're into top 5 territory here very soon. The podium just around the corner for these riders. Next rider out is in 6th and just misses the podium. Critical moment here. Exciting moment here for our women competitors in this open field, looking to see if they can be on that podium tonight. And Williams trying to do what she needs to do. The rider in blue once again from the back, trying to come around the outside to the line. Oh, this might be it for one of our riders down low. That looks to be Jessica Law, number 112. Gets caught. Our rider at the back, Williams, still there in that same position. Now good for 5th. The next elimination. Girth right in front of her. There's Lizanne. Kelly Darlene in 2nd spot, and it's still Lothrop, the rider at the very front, who's just been playing lead rider for so long. Number 124, looking very powerful today. Here goes Darlene on her own move. Trying to start the acceleration a little bit early, and that's getting a little bit of a gap here. Will she have enough? Already starting to pull off a little bit, and she'll say, I think that's going to be it for me. Still on the podium, Annette Williams will be your 5th place rider today in the elimination. Looking forward to the field now. Lizanne Fox slots into the very back of this group after Darlene's acceleration. We kind of have a similar order here, although Fox is saying, I've had enough racing this weekend. I did a big, long solo race last night for yesterday afternoon for an entire hour on that penny farthing. You need to go check that out and support Lizanne either way. She'll be in 4th overall out of this elimination as she lets the field pull away from her. Your top 3, they'll get the bell next time. This group is all safe. This group is safe. One, 2-0 gets the call. Lizanne Fox, good and done in 4th place today for the elimination. Our group of 3 remains the Crit Nasty rider. We're interested to see how she plays this race. She's got the wheel of the speedster Kelly Darlene, and Luthrop's just been leading this thing from the front. Now into the top 3. Who's going to be 3rd? I think Lothrop's been leading this race for too long, but Crit Nasty's still in the back lineup. Darlene and Lothrop go side by side, and that'll be it for 102. Girth is out. It's now a matchup head-to-head. This powerful athlete, Jordan Lothrop, GVVA number 124, has been very strong in these enduro races this weekend so far. But Darlene has not had to lead this race. She's got fresh legs. This is a perfect opportunity for number 9 to win a race. Can she come around Lothrop? Let's see. Both riders still positioned. Here comes a jump from Darlene. She's going to leave Lothrop in the dust. Darlene plays it smart. This will be a championship run for our youngster here, just 19 years old, and she crushes it. From Rice University, a product of the Jerry Baker Jr.'s team, number 109. 124 with a great race as well. An impressive ride for that athlete. You can see her really, she worked hard just to get to that position. I think we're going to let Darlene come back around again to say hi really quick. So we'll keep our heads here for our winner in the elimination. An impressive ride for the youngster. She's coming back around for another round of high fives and congratulations. Again, a product of the Jerry Baker Jr.'s team, made several trips and including a couple of medals that went around her neck as a junior national champ. Now racing for Rice University, comes back for the summer, has been a coach for the kids, a huge super volunteer, and now a champion here at the Vision Grand Prix 2023 in the elimination. Congratulations to Kelly. We've got the preem bucket going out into the crowd right now. Look for the juniors with the red bucket. I think Amara's going to hit up the beverage garden. Preem bucket money does guarantee to go right back in the pocket of a rider in this field or in another field here tonight. Cash goes right to the riders. Preem money in the buckets. Find the red bucket, throw some cash in. Money goes in the back pocket of a rider tonight that wins on a special preem lap. All right, here we go. It's a 10-mile scratch, a very exciting race here. It's a straightforward event. It's a scratch race for 40 laps. At the end, your first rider across the line will be the winner. No points to calculate. It's just a race for speed here. 40 laps on the cards. I got 2 preems during the race. We're going to make sure we get to these riders. $100 cash preem for one rider, or $50 on another lap. It's $200 to win the race. If the riders beat the record in our book here, we do time the 10 mile. If our riders can beat the mile record here, the 10 mile record, the first rider across the line not only wins the $200 at the end for winning the race, they win $100 from the velodrome for breaking a record and an extra $100 from one of our riders who put in a little extra cash to incentivize the record to be broken. That's a potential $400 cash prize to win the race here today. That's exciting. Our rider is getting the signal to go around again, not quite in contact in the back, so we're going to send one more lap in the neutral. That's right, $400 if you win, and it's a record-breaking speed for the field. I'm working on it. Our field's still neutralized. The timing will start once we get the race truly underway. We're kind of keeping our eye on this as the race unfolds. And the group has another lap to go. The record, Dylan Davies, the Canadian rider in 2019 at this Vision Grand Prix, just 4 years ago, was the first rider across the line when the time was 19 minutes, 54.9 seconds. So if this field can be under 20 minutes, they are close to record pace here. Again, the record in the books is 19 minutes, 54 seconds. Round up to basically 19 minutes and 55 seconds. It can be faster than that. You've got yourself record pace here tonight. The first rider across the line, if they're on that pace, $400 on the line. Plus, we've got the $100 and the $50 preems for the scratch today. Racing underway. The riders get the signal. The race is now riding away here under the power first of the speedster, Aaron Young, number 44. The sprinters want to get this thing hustling right away. I'll ask for some time checks as we get later into the race. This early stage right now, let's watch as the action is unfolding. It's 39 to go, and the sprinters have made a breakaway run here. Aaron Young, Andrew Carlberg, Lemin Wright, and Carol Pratis make a group here. This almost looks like is that a team sprint team? I think it is. I think they're trying to do their team sprint run that they missed out on. Okay, not quite. It's not quite full lap pulse here, but .38 to go. Pratis and Wright working together. Look at they're just like launching Pratis as much as they can. What is this? You want the kid to win some money or something? Pratis well ahead of the rest of the field here. I'm being yelled at by the Atlanta rider to do this. So $50 to lead the lap for that sprinting effort. Let's go. Come on. The collegiate rider deserves it. Look at the show out here in the front. If I didn't ring that, I think Aaron Young would have wrung my head. Carl Pratis, our speedster for the University of California, Irvine, goes on the wheels of the sprinters behind him. They say, "Give him the go ahead. Let's go. Let's celebrate the kid. Come on." $50 cash. That's like half of a textbook. He got it. He got it. $50 in for Pratis. And now he's done. He's just going to leave. That's all he needed. The sprinter said, "Thank you very much. That was a fun scratch race. Have a fantastic rest of your evening." And the rest of the field now racing the race that they're supposed to. That's Mario Sandoval, number 1 at the front for just a moment. We're going to now turn our attention to see who's in this race today. Ludo Max, number 5 for Beat Cycling, takes the front for just a moment. A lot of rotation here at the front. Another rider from Red Truck Racing. Looks to be Parrish, number 50, I believe. At the front, Emmett Culp, number 21, the rider in the black with a little bit of blue on his back. Pretty moderate tempo now. So there's a lot of energy being spent to catch some early attacks there. No reason to go too hard at this stage now. So a moment of reset here at 34 to go. There he is. He's in the group here. I think we wanted to talk to him, but he's in his black kit. I didn't recognize him. All right, we have a record setter amongst us here today. It's Dan Fraser-Moran of the Red Truck Racing Team, a Canadian competitor. He's wearing number 25 this weekend, and right now he's in the black kit with the white helmet. About 8 riders back in the single file lineup. He set an individual pursuit record today during our third session at the track. And again, that's number 25, Fraser-Moran with a fantastic run. Beat the record by a solid 2 seconds, a record that had stood for 8 years since a Colombian competitor came from out of town during the 2015 UCI Grand Prix, an international class race, unlike ones that we've seen in quite a while here at the Grand Prix, in fact. And impressive to see our Canadian come down and set the record today in that pursuit. You can rewatch that on the YouTube. JB Velodrome, the channel name, session 3 of the Grand Prix. We'll show you the action there. 32 to go. Tents down or tops off, please, on the infield as we can. Thank you. Tops down as much as you can. Tops off if you can as well for visibility. Thank you. Great racing here today in this Vision Grand Prix. The scratch race, always a fun one to watch. This is going to be, it's a very high-speed race. Lots of good attacks early on from the sprinters that wanted to make a show of it. They've thinned down the field as they exit, but still a good acceleration to start this off. And a quick bit of rest before Elliot Crowther there, the rider in blue, picks it back up again, and now we're strung out one more time behind his acceleration. This rider looks to be Max Haggard, the rider who put on a heck of a show for us yesterday in the points race, ended up overall second, only barely beaten by his teammate. In what was a very exciting 80-lap points race last night. You can go rewatch that action as well, session 2, looking good. 10 laps in, 5 minutes even, puts us basically on pace. So there is a shot here today that if the riders keep on a similar pace for the first quarter of the race, we may be looking at something close to the record. So we'll see what our riders do here for the rest of this competition. Haggard looks like the points race all over again. Definitely a rider that favors this type of pursuit effort, the solo break effort, but we also saw what he can do in a bunch sprint yesterday during the points race, so he's got good mixed skill set. But he certainly did a lot of this yesterday as well during the points race, pulling away from the field. He's not going to get points for this effort. Obviously, there's no points in the scratch race, but he's still causing a reaction from the field. Maybe trying to set up a situation where someone out here tonight might be able to pick up that big $400 cash prize for breaking the record at the front of this field. Haggard's still at the front, kind of moving high here. He'll move back down. He's been basically caught. He caught the field to come back up to him. And here we are seeing 27 to go. Field strung out here again, now into the power of Elliot Crowther, who had a great elimination race last night. The rider in blue, ending overall second place behind Zach Kavolchek, the rider from Black Lodge Cycling, who has picked up a lot of wins here at the GP over the years. He's number 9. He's in this field as well. As he actually moves towards the front as I'm talking about him down the sprinter's lane, he makes his face known. And thanks to the generous donations from the fans, we have so much extra. We need to make sure we get this out to the riders. We have 2 more preems left. One's for 100, another for 115 and change or so. So 2 big preems remain. $100 and 115. We've added another preem. 2 preems remain in the race. Still up to come besides, of course, the exciting finish. As the field slows, this is a good invite for one of our riders to make a run at it. Crowther stays close to the field, so he gets a benefit of a little bit of that slipstream, trying to be in their shadow. And then he'll go on his own attack again at 24 to go. Number 43 pulls away from the field a bit. Emmett Culp, number 21, the next rider to try to make the bridge up to the leader. Zach Volchek, number 9, back at the field, leads the effort to catch the attack from our 2 leaders. Culp trying to catch up to Crowther. Just 2 riders now off the front. .23 to go. Culp and Crowther now together. Number 21, Culp on the front of the effort. Right behind him, the rider in blue. Let's check out our field. Who's doing the work right now to catch these leaders? It's pretty moderate right now. A couple riders pulling up pretty quickly. No one's wanting to make it too quick out of the field just yet. Here comes Daniel Brewer, number 30 now. Mario Sandoval on his wheel, but Brewer does seem to have at least a good consistent effort trying to bring this field a little bit closer to our leaders. On the home straight, Mr. Culp once again on the front as they take turns on the lead of the lap. Looking smooth, not gaining a lot of ground now though, especially as the field coming back under the power of, looks like Max Haggard, number 15, onto the back straight, doing the work necessary to really start to close this thing down. Kovalchuk right with him, as well as John Bowie, enduro turned sprinter. Can do it all, except for track stand apparently. .21 to go, and our leaders looking over their shoulder, seeing the speedster John Bowie starting to catch here. They'll sit up above the blue line and let this thing reset. Good acceleration there in the middle of the race. We're almost at the halfway point. We'll get another time check. Back at 10 laps completed, it was basically 5 minutes flat, which is on pace to be considered within reach of that record. Haggard's going to be a big part of it tonight, as every time he's in the front, he's muscling big power here. We'll do the time check, and it sounds like after that, shortly after that, we're going to send it down to the field. We're going to be talking to our champ from the elimination here shortly. Kovalchuk comes across the line. It's 20 to go. Let's see where the riders are at. 10:06 on the time, 6 seconds over 10 minutes. A little bit behind record pace currently. Let's go down to the field and see what Chase has got going on with us here with Kelly.
So here I have with me Kelly Dunleen, the winner of our women's elimination tonight. Let's give her a huge round of applause. So you have been in this sport for a very long time, and you've been on our track for a long time. Do you mind telling us a little bit how you got into this sport and your involvement with Marymoor?
Yeah, so I started riding about 6 years ago. I really wasn't into cycling. I kind of was like athletic, but didn't do this at all. And my orchestra stand partner was a cyclist, and I wanted to stay friends with her after middle school, so I joined the track, and it became my life.
That is a fantastic way to get into this. And do you mind telling us a little bit about the strategy you use for an elimination? Are you more at the front, more at the back?
I'm typically a pretty strong endurance rider relative to others, so I like to stay at the front, but also I don't necessarily want to do all the work. So in this race, I was really thinking, don't be afraid to go to the front if I have to, but if I see an opportunity to draft that I don't think is going to end up with me at the back, why not take it?
Fantastic. And what are some of your goals now that you're racing at a collegiate level?
Right now, it's just have fun. I had a lot of pressure on myself when I was a junior. I'm like, I want to win things, but right now I just want to be here and have a good time at the track.
And that's really what we all want. Thank you so much, Kelly. Let's give her a big round of applause.
5 riders together on the back straight makes up the front of our race. A bit of action here as we've got a breakaway from the main field, and it's really strung things out a lot as this lead group of 5 really going to be doing some damage as the rest of the riders trying to scramble their way back up. Seeing 16 to go. And we've got, again, a good-looking group of 5 here, including our record breaker, number 25 in this group. So we know what he's able to do when it comes to holding consistent tempo and speed. Crowther, who's been very busy in this race already, coming up to the front, the rider in blue. Campbell Parrish for Red Chuck Racing right behind him. Daniel Brewer, the Cheney Windows and Doors team, now in second position in that lineup. I believe that's Bowie for Waterline Racing that made the jump up to the front as well. $15 to go. Your group of 5 at the front, still pulling things away. Our chasing group has Max Haggard in there as well, so one of our strong riders. He's not quite in the lead right now. Looks to be kind of the largest group of riders out here. That group of 6 now going down the back straight. Everyone behind them kind of straggling along. We do have one big straggle group back between turns 1 and 2 that's quite a bit off the lead pace, but has been pulled all the way apart. I got a bell to lead the lap. It's $100 to lead the lap. $100 to lead the lap. $100 to lead the lap. This is 5 riders in that group. Who's going to make the sprint to go grab the cash? It's $100 to be at this position at this stage in the race. They're at the right place at the right time. They're going to fight for it. Who wants $100? Anybody going to go for it? Oh, the big jump here from our record winner. Whoa, red truck fighting for it. It'll be number 25. Picks up the $100 cash at this stage. We got another big one thanks to the beverage garden. More than $100 cash. I think there's some euros in there too. That's what happens. We have an international race. We got international currency. $12 to go. This lead group looking like they just do not want to be caught. They are playing it so consistent. This is a great group of athletes, and this is the perfect kind of effort for them. Again, overall, very strong riders. All of them in here very capable of individually very fast efforts. This will help us on this record attempt. This kind of consistent pace being set by the front. They've dropped some of the riders that aren't out here to really roll with it. But look at this. Zach Kovalchuk does the work to bring a group of 4 back together. This is our field at the front, 11 to go. That's a big catch for Kovalchuk, number 9. He had to do a ton of work to bring these riders back up. Culp benefits from that work, number 21, as well as Haggard. So the field, the group now just going over the Gregg cycle sign, coming onto the back straight, and nearly catching the back of the group here as they can see some of the riders. They may be bringing them down a lap here shortly with their speed. They're about to catch here. We'll see what happens. The lap showing 9 to go. The catch likely to happen here for our leaders. The majority of the riders showing 8 to go. And that's the signal that we have a catch officially at this stage. The leaders have caught back on, so a group of our riders brought onto the same lap as the leaders now here. It looks like they've gotten caught. They go down with the catch. The riders will see 7 to go. Riders that were off the front of the field, I think, looking for a little bit of clarification, but the catch happening. Everybody else behind the leaders right now. The riders that get caught go down the lap. Everybody behind the leaders are still behind the leaders. The front of the race is where the leaders are, period. We are calling it that the front of the race is where the leaders are. That is the big group right now. Seeing 6 to go is the field. Here comes Kovalchuk at the front. Everyone who got caught on the lap gets scored down a lap. They will not be competing on the same lap as the rest of the riders, so they will not be seated and scored in the same way. We continue to watch the leaders in this group work and hustle away. Now it's going to be number 33, the rider in the all-white. Makes the move from the front. That's Emmett Culp, one of those riders that made that big bridging effort to catch up to the leaders. And now here it goes. It looks like Haggard's ready to go again as he got brought back up under the efforts of Zach Kovalchuk, who does not want to let this race go. He'll stay with it. Now seeing 5 to go. $17.5 is the time check right here. We are, again, very close to record pace. We'll see how it ends up here. Max Haggard dragging the field now on the back straight. The rider in white, again, number 33 comes to the front. There's 21 again. Quick rotations. It's now Kovalchuk looking through the legs, trying to see what's going on behind him. It's a big abandon from a lot of the riders. They need a reset, but Crowther's fresh. 4 to go. And I got $115 to lead the lap at 4 to go. $115 to lead the lap at 4 to go. $115 to lead the lap. One rider from the group is thinking, I want to win this race, but maybe this isn't your day to win the race. You could go pick up the $115 now. It's almost as big as the win. Here comes a jump from Waterline Racing. It looks like number 15, Max Haggard, wants to open this thing up. Is somebody else going to jump on this effort? Emmert Culp is trying to follow along. The rest of the field just sitting there. They're letting this get away. Here goes Haggard, getting 3 to go. Haggard, is he going to roll with it? He's looking around. He's thinking about it. He's got Culp with him. Haggard gets the big cash prize. Does he want to stay with it? Seeing 3 to go now. This is the end of the race, and he's got Culp with him in just a few short laps. The 10-mile coming to an end. Their last time check was pretty close to record pace. Haggard's trying to do something with it. He sits up. It'll be an abandon on this effort. He wants a little bit of help from Culp, maybe with some reinforcements, so he might be able to stay on it. As Culp hasn't given up on this yet. Here we go. It's 2 to go. The rest of the field still in striking distance. This could be an exciting finish from the field. Culp, Haggard, looking like they've been beat up pretty hard here today. Look out for Bowie, number 24. They're all sitting up. They know they can catch this when it gets up to top speed. Kovalchuk, number 9, never one to count out in these kinds of races. Daniel Brewer is looking to make some noise today, too, number 30. He goes on the wheel of Crowther, now goes down the sprinter's lane. Our main chase group here, the group of 6 or 7 down the back straight. I think we're going to find a winner out of that group. They continue to go up and down. They're playing the games. They're ready to go. Your leaders coming to the home straight. They're getting the ballots. 1 to go. 1 to go. 1 to go. 1 to go. The 10-mile scratch coming to a conclusion here at the Grand Prix. Here comes Daniel Brewer, number 30. A big acceleration from the rider for the Cheney Windows and Doors team. He brings with him Kovalchuk and Bowie. Can Bowie win the Keirin today and try to get a win here today in this 10-mile scratch as well? Brewer will make the catch. Brewer hits the catch. Great acceleration into turn 3. Zach Kovalchuk still holding on to this one. Kovalchuk wants to find it for Black Lodge Cycling. Here he comes onto the home straight. Can he come around the outside? Kovalchuk trying to find it. It's going to be on the inside. Daniel Brewer for Windows and Doors, Cheney Windows and Doors, team number 30. Daniel Brewer with the catch, and he's too fast to stop. Whoa. Daniel Brewer, one of our riders to watch, and out-of-towner coming here. The Cheney Windows and Doors team, an excellent national talent. Makes his way here to the GP. He wants to hear the noise. Make it. Let's put your hands together for Brewer, your winner in the 10-mile scratch. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm confirmed with my officials team that Daniel Brewer, you broke a record. The time is officially 19:54.63, 3/10 of a second faster than our previous 10-mile scratch. And Daniel Brewer, first across the line, takes home not 200, not 300, $400, and the glory of going in a record books and helping us set a new record here today. Brewer with the hands up. Let's hear it for one more time on the record break. Congratulations. Throwing down here in Redmond, Washington. I've been looking for this guy to make a splash here this weekend, and it came in the 10-mile scratch. What a win. What a great sprint for Windows Cheney's and Doors team. That is just, wow. Our thanks to Haldy's hand-built wheels. I got that one a little mixed up. Haldy, thank you again for the donation and making the record break even more special. He's down there waving his hand for the single belt Velo team. Thank you, Haldeman, for the donation. And exciting to see that record broken here today. Appreciate the generosity. And here we go. I'm still catching my breath after the excitement that was that finish. What a fun sprint. 3 riders across the track. Looked like Kovalchuk had the acceleration. It ended up coming third across the line as Brewer, wow, what a way to hold on in that sprint effort. in the short lane, and an exciting finish here in the Vision Grand Prix for the 10-mile scratch. Great to see it. We love it. And the big cash in his way. I got to get to the next race now. It's time for the John Duggan Masters Cat 3 points race, a 6x5 format, 30 laps on the cards. Points racing means riders are going to get points on certain laps. This time it's going to be 6 sprints every 5 laps. On the leaded lap, you get 5 points. Second rider gets 3 points. Third rider gets 2, and fourth rider gets 1. It's double on the final lap, 10, 6, 4, and 2. 20, if you lap the field, you'll lose 20. If the field laps you. And there's the whistle. Racing's underway in the John Duggan Masters and Cat 3 points race. Our thanks to John Duggan, cycling attorney, for years and years of sponsorship and support at the Velodrome. John Duggan, you're a superhero for us here in our community. Thank you for sticking your neck out for cyclists and keeping us safe and looking out for us here in the Seattle area. And the Velodrome thanks you for your ongoing support of the sport here. We got a group of 3 already shuffling away, trying to make this quick right away. That's Chester Pryor, the rider in white, trying to accelerate on the get-go. He's got Madison with him as well as Lawson here at 29 to go. Bell rings at 26. No points yet, but we got a break of 3 and a field in the chase under the power of Peter Snoblin, number 93. If you're out on the stream enjoying the show, you got to leave at least one thumbs up for Daniel Brewer and that win that we just saw. If you're here in person, head to velodrome.org/live. Hit the subscribe button on the YouTube link that you find there. Hit the bell so you get notified when we go live, and show some love to the team here, recording all of the great action for you here week in and week out. Our team of 3 here at the front working together like a new team. Lawson at the front here for a moment as Ben Flom tries to make the catch. He'll do so for Fell Swoop Racing. We got a group of 4 now at the front. The lead gets caught here, so our breakaway effort basically being brought back together again. It looks like Chip Chase for Liquid Velo is going to be the rider to try to really close this down as the gap disappears as they hit into turn 3. .26 to go, and the bell's ringing. Flom at the front. No points yet. This will be our first chance to see some points here today in the points race. For the first points here, looks like Matty Hurst is currently leading things out, but look out for the rider now coming at the red line. It's going to be Magidson making a nice strike here for 5. Hers for 3. .24 to go here in the points race. Bell at 21 for the second set of points. Your early leader in the race, David Magidson, number 92 for the J. Baker Juniors. 94, pardon me, who moves pretty far back in the field trying to recover a little bit. The rider in the black with the blue and red. Two riders out the front is Grinsell, joined by Fraser Moran, the rider right behind him. Pardon me, that's number 20. Misread on that rider. At 21 to go, the bell's ringing for points next time around. You got Stuart Gardner there, the rider right behind. Two off the front, working together to try to pull away from this field. Both looking for their first points of the race. Number 20 gets 5, 81 second across the line. It looks to be Maggots in third across the line, and Lawson, number 75, your fourth rider. Maggots should still hold the lead, 7 total. Grinsell continuing to roll with this thing here for Dyna Racing. The solo rider here, Scott Grinsell, out in front. Give himself a nice break here from the field. Not a physical break. This is hard work for Scott as he's pulled away from the field and has no one to ride with. At 18 to go, he's got a few more laps before he can get points from the solo effort he's now found himself in. Your leader back in the group, number 94, I believe, was Maggots. 2 sprints in a row, had some points. He found 7 total. Scott Grinsell may not be able to find points. The field is starting to accelerate a little bit. He still has a gap here, though. Chip Chazet of the Liquid Velo team, the rider in gray at the front, doing a nice effort here to try to close the gap down himself. Bell's ringing for points. Still Grinsell at the front. Matty Hers, next closest rider, number 4. Here comes 94 again, your race leader trying to accelerate in the field. He's going for these early points for sure. Can he get some more here? Grinsell's trying to hold on to the position he's found himself in, but I think Hers is going to catch with too big of a group here. Here comes Hers around the corner, still leading out this one, trying to get 5. Hers will find it. Williams for 3. Lawson for 1 point. Chase is ready down in the infield to have another conversation with our winner in the 10-mile scratch. We're going to send it down to Chase.
All right, I'm here with Daniel, who just took home a massive win in the Elite Men 10-mile scratch and set a record for our track today. Let's give him a huge round of applause. So, did this massive effort, was this pre-planned? Did you come up with it on the spot? What was going through your mind?
I had a conversation with my coach earlier today, and after the racing yesterday, and kind of just like the way these big fields play on this track, I was betting on a bunch sprint, or what ended up happening, a reduced group sprint. And I mean, you're always recalculating when you're out there, but I kind of knew I wanted to take that lap. That would cause a little bit of chaos, and then our effort would back off a little bit, and I could kind of watch the riders around me and hope to back my sprint, which worked out, which is nice.
Yeah, it worked out really well. Now, when you guys catch the pack like that, are you looking at other riders trying to determine who's in front or who's behind, or are you just trying to get back up to the front again?
Yeah, you have a general idea. Right when that catch is made, something a rider can do is actually attack into it, and like you can weave through traffic. So you have to be kind of really, really aware of exactly what's happening. But yeah, you know the riders who are on the lap with you, and you have to make sure to pay attention to them.
Well, congratulations again. Let's give them another round of applause, everybody.
It's so good to have you, Chase, here with us. Thank you for doing a great job talking to the athletes and bringing us the stories and meeting with the folks after their big victories here. Appreciate hearing from this great talent that's come here to the Vision Grand Prix. And a joy it is to celebrate their victory. And we turn back now to the field, currently on the track. A bit of a break, coming back together again before the bell. Lots of good energy from this field today, but it kind of keeps just coming back together again. Matty Hers now wants to try to establish his dominance here later on in this points race. Found 5 in the previous sprint. Now he's going to try to get 5 more, bringing his total up to 10. Looks like he's well and away, not even challenged for 5 here. He's just rolling nice and smooth away from this field. Coefficient of speed, always looking savvy in these group rides. There's Tanaka, number 60, coming across the line second for 3 points. He is a 40 through 44 world champion in the points race, is Fergus Tanaka. So he's gone on to some pretty big things in this kind of competition. That's why he's wearing some new colors here today. Number 60 is the rider with the black and that white with stripes on it. It's hard to see the 60 on the outside, as I think he only has a number on the inside, since he's wearing a kit that he wasn't planning to wear. He got convinced by Matty Hers. He says, "You're a champ, man. Go wear this kit. Show off your colors." So world champion colors there for Fergus Tanaka. Does pick up some more points in the previous sprint. I'm able to get some updates here finally. It looks like things are starting to sort out on my end for the points. And I can show you that Matty Hers is indeed your leader, number 4 with 13 points. 2 riders with 7. Fergus Tanaka, David Magidson tied for second. In 4th place, Stuart Gardner has 5. 2 riders with 3 points, Kenny Williams, Scott Grinsell, although our top starting to separate themselves a bit is Matty Hers. There's a good fight for second going on currently. Number 4 starting to get a bit dominant here later on in the race. Still 2 sprints remain for points. Here goes Snowby now, the rider from Airtech Racing, trying to make a little bit of noise here before the bell. Picking the pace up nicely. Colin Stotts matches the effort, the rider in green. There's Magidson, one of the riders at the top of this race right now. He's tied for second, the rider in the black with the blue and red. Number 94 was pretty strong early on in the race. It's been a little bit quiet here in the middle. Trying to get back into it now. For the later parts of the race, he finds himself at the front, although the bell's not ringing yet. He knows it's coming soon. Justin Pryor on his wheel. And here comes the field onto the home straight, getting the bell. It's points next time around. Your rider in second place making a strong attack from the front. There's Tanaka, 2 wheels back. The champion with that solid disc wheel, the white kit and the black helmet. Following on the wheels of Justin Pryor for Keller Roadblock Racing. He'll not be overtaken. Here goes Tanaka down the back straight, leading the catch to go up to Magidson. Magidson looking too powerful here. He's not going to be denied points in this sprint. He may not get the 5, though, as Tanaka is closing quickly. Nice turn of speed out of turn 4. Tanaka for 5, 3 for Magidson. And, oh, that was a close one. I want to give it to 80 for 2. It was very close, though, between him and Lacey. We'll get the official call to confirm it here shortly. Nice move for Magidson, but Tanaka, great speed to catch back up to the junior and get the 5. That should move Tanaka up into second place with 12, just behind our leader, Matty Hers, with 13. Big move here at the end of the race. With 4 to go, Tanaka stays on these pedals. The proud champion in this points race in the world for his age group, trying to put on a good show for us here at the Grand Prix. He brings with him 3 more, all willing to do some effort alongside, including number 20, Stuart Gardner, one of the riders with points. He had 5 coming into this lap, hoping to get some big points here in the final sprint. The field not letting this get away too easily, though, as that looks like Carl Hofer, number 41, the rider in green, at the front of the field, doing the work now to make that gap just a bit smaller. Closing down on this effort from the leaders. 3 to go. 3 to go. Hers in the lead with 13. Tanaka in second with 12. Magidson in third with 10. 3 points separating our top 3. This is a good race here, folks. We got to keep our eyes on Matty Hers, number 4. Your current race leader, only 1 point behind Tanaka, the rider in white at the rail at the front of this group. And the junior, Magidson, just another point back for the Jerry Baker Juniors. He's near the front trying to watch where the next jump is going to come from. Here comes Justin Pryor now into the home straight. The rider in white with the black helmet for Keller Roadblock Racing at 2 points takes the lead spot. He now leads the field. Tanaka's right there on his wheel. That's the rider in second, trying to win this thing. Maddie Hers, number 4, just a few wheels back. He's currently your leader. He's going to do it. He has not been at the front. He's not been doing the work. 4 is fresh here, I think. He's going to be in a really good position. And look how he positions himself. He's 3-4 wheels back. He's behind a workhorse in Chip Chase. He's in a really good position. Maggottson, a few wheels behind him, is going to try and come up and also be a big part of this last lap. And here we go, folks. Put your eyes onto the track. We got a lap to go. It's 1 to go. 1 to go. Maggottson coming up alongside Hers, keeping him down. Hers doesn't have anywhere to go. Hers pops up. He pushes himself. He's got some room now. He goes up against Lawson, but now it's going to be Hers accelerating behind the kid. Maggottson and Hers going down into the flat. Here comes Hers accelerating into the hill. Hers with such great acceleration. I told you he was fresh for this one. He's been saving it. He was smart. He was in the field. Maddie Hers picks up the 10 and another win here in the Masters Cat 3. Maggottson has had a great set of races here in this Vision Grand Prix. Another good showing for the junior. He comes across the line second. That'll give him the second overall finish, I believe, after picking up the 6 points, bumping Tanaka down to third at best. Not sure if Maddie's going to make the rounds and come say hi or not. He's still pretty high speed. Let's see him, Maddie. Come on out, man. Come on. Where are you at? Wait for us. Where's Maddie? Okay, he's over there. There he goes. Congratulations to Maddie Hers on the victory there in the points race, making it look easy. Our next group coming up is the Sound Transit Elite Open Women Points Race. As soon as our riders are clear, we'll bring them to the rail. And the Elite Open Women to the rail for the points race now. The Elite Open Women to the rail for the points race. Pulling just a moment for our officials team here, and we'll get this race started shortly. This is the finale of the Vision Grand Prix 2023 edition. Thanks for coming out to the Velodrome and joining us. If you're still here, you're among the strong. You're a true fan of the sport. Thanks for sticking around and enjoying the great racing here today. If you're out in the YouTube stream, don't forget to leave the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, show some love to our team here that is broadcasting the action to viewers around the world. We've been having some pretty big issues for the last couple of weeks, and I think we found a solution for us to be able to bring back the action in good HD, 60 frames per second. It's beautiful to view, isn't it? Give us that thumbs up if you enjoy the coverage and getting to see the interviews, the GoPro views down from in the race, all the great coverage. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate your support of our channel, JB Velodrome. You can follow us also on the Instagram, on the Twitter at JB Velodrome. Find us on Facebook. Look for the Jerry Baker Memorial Velodrome and follow us there for updates, news, pictures, and more stories about things going on here at our velodrome. And of course, the home of everything Jerry Baker Memorial Velodrome, the website velodrome.org, where you can read about all of our race programs, our calendar, the race book, and sign up for racing and classes. And rolling off of the neutral now, we have a very exciting points race for the Elite Open Women. Thanks to our newest big sponsor, Sound Transit. Everybody looks over to turn 4 and see that beautiful windscreen over there. Excitement is building for the East Link coming here soon. Opening, you can see the construction over turn 3. Our partners at Sound Transit helping make racing and our commutes a little bit faster around here in the area. Thank you to Sound Transit for stepping up very big here in 2023 and supporting us not only here for this race, but all throughout our racing season. I think it's going to be really fun here at the Velodrome if we can partner with Sound Transit when that thing opens and get even more people getting off the East Link to walk in over to the park and watch some racing on a Friday night. That's going to be a good time. Whistle sounding, racing's underway. 40 laps on the cards and 8x5. Now just getting started for the Elite Open Women field. I have evidence up here on the deck that there are still delicious fries coming out of the food truck from Jessica's Unique Bites. If you are needing some grub here this evening, you didn't order dinner and you enjoyed the racing so much you forgot your food, well, don't worry. Jessica's got you covered. Come over and get some delicious fries and a burger out of the food truck. Issaquah Ice Cream Truck is still hanging out. They're ready to reward you for this hot, beautiful day. Give yourself the treat you know you want. Issaquah Ice Cream Truck still here with us. And, of course, the Beverage Garden pouring. Enjoy the beautiful scenery, the great racing, the good formats here that we still have to go. We got a Madison coming up in a minute, folks, for our elite men. A wheel race is up next after this. For the elite women, the wheel race is on deck after this. And then we've got that great Madison before we go into presenting our awards and all of our Omniums for a fantastic finish here. Currently, though, on the track, we've got our Elite Open Women field racing in this 40-lap contest for the points race. The rules work the same as we just saw a moment ago. 5, 3, 2 to 1 on the leaders, double on the final lap, 20 to get a lap on the field. If you get lapped, you lose 20. We've had 16, 17 competitors at the rail, somewhere in that range. So good-sized group here of great athletes making the way to the Grand Prix for the points race. That's Claire Law now at the front. Number 106 leads the field with 111 behind her, Annette Williams. This is a good race for number 124, Jordan Lothrop, the GVVA racing team. We saw what she could do in the elimination. She was so powerful from the front, bested by Darlene at the end, but I think she just put in all that effort to make sure she's in top 3. She has great motor, great endurance. The points is a good mixed race for endurance riders. They do have to have top speed and a lot of smarts, a lot of timing. We'll see what our riders can do. We now are keeping our eyes also on our elimination rider. We know Kelly Darlene's got a good effort going on this weekend, number 9 for Rice University. Pulls out a great race in the elimination, and that's a similar kind of style that's needed for points racing. You got to be smart. You got to time your efforts. It's been a long weekend. Our riders taking it a little bit easy in the early goings, waiting for the first bell to really get under power. It's Jessica Law just cruising at the front of this group as they kind of all bunch up behind her. Evidence that they're not in top speed as they crowd towards the front. And there's your first bell. We're waiting now for the first points to go out next time around. Law continuing to look over the shoulder. She's got the shortest distance to that line, but such a tough spot to be on this first sprint. The legs are at their freshest on the first effort for points. And here comes Lothrop, the rider from GVVA. Makes a good run in it. We saw Lingwood's strength during the sprints earlier today. And maybe one rider that's feeling like she hasn't gotten her due yet. Girth also trying to work her way up the rider in red. Here comes Lingwood trying to make the jump for 5. Lingwood for 5. Lothrop for 3. Kimberly Chen, the rider that was coming up. We've seen great work from her in the sprint tournament. Now again, she's up here at the front for the points race. She'll find 2 points. It looks like Annette Williams, the rider for Center Cycles in blue, gets 1. Thanks everybody tuning into the live stream and giving the positive vibes. We'd love to hear it. Great racing tonight, says Mark. I agree. We are having a great time. It was great racing last night too. If you want to rewatch it, session 2 has been re-uploaded. We were having some very difficult times with the streaming. There's been a tower outage near us, our main source of internet coverage. We've got it figured out this afternoon into the evening. We're very excited to be able to bring it back live, and I think this will carry us to the rest of 2023. Thank you for the patience of all of our new fans too. As we hit 1,000 subscribers before this year started, before the GP. We got a nice push for up to 1,600. Let's keep on going and march into 2,000 here by the end of this season and double down on where we started. Love to see it. At 33 laps to go here for the open women field, your early leader, Jenna Lingwood for the Team Mama Bears, is near the front, just coming back a little bit, riding that white bike, white helmet with the green and blue kit, now sits in 5th position, is your early leader. Lothrop, the rider right behind the rider at the front. The second rider in the lineup is your rider in second. Pardon me, that is Hillary Luther. That is not Lothrop. She's further back. I now see her hiding back a few wheels behind. Lothrop, number 124, picked up 3 points, currently in second. Now a big hesitation. Riders take up a lot of space on the track as they look around for the next move. Kimberly Chen, another one of our junior riders, an out-of-towner here for Triple Shot Cycling Club, has had a good weekend. Trying to make a splash here in this points race as well. She picks up, I believe, 2 in that first sprint, good for third overall, so she'll try to stay active here. No points yet for your elimination winner, Kelly Darlene, still sitting in the group. She's going to be poised to find an attack here at some point. Staying out of the wind, staying out of the work. .31 to go, and the bell rings again. Lothrop's at the front, 124-year rider, currently in second place. Victoria Park at the blue line, trying to come around. Lingwood following her wheel. It's Lothrop just driving this thing all around the track, trying to hold on for 5 from the front of this field. Park, Lingwood, here comes Lingwood now to the front to find 5, and Hillary Luther zooming in. Another one of our Portland competitors following another Portland rider. That's Lingwood and Luther go 5 and 3 on that lap. I think Lothrop might have gotten 2. Law maybe for 1 unofficially. We'll check the results to see where we're at. Nice sprint there. Lingwood making it look good again twice in a row. Will be your leader now with 10 points. Lingwood, your leader with 10 after 2 sprints. Lothrop is in second now with 4. So the split between leader and second place getting up pretty big here. 28 to go. Hillary Luther, number 117, has got 3 points, currently good for third. At 27 to go, we are wide across the track, catching our breath, preparing for the next sprint here. And everyone poised for the next big jump that is sure to come. Jessica Law near the back of the field, number 112, does have 2 points. Number 113 also with 2. Annette Williams, number 111 with 1. Lothrop at the front there, the rider with the red helmet, is your rider currently in second, but just by a single point as the race for second, third, fourth, it's all very close right now. It's really Lingwood and everybody else at the moment. As the race goes on, some of these other riders are going to look to start establishing a little bit more presence, like this one, number 9, Darlene. No points to her name yet. Wouldn't be surprised to see her try to make something happen here from the front at 26 to go. Probably has some good legs for an effort here. Wade Easley, number 108, follows her, as does Lucy Dorer, 2 riders with no points either. Darlene tries to wait a little bit before launching the attack down the back straight. Darlene will bring it up to about 75-80% effort. Here comes Dorer now, one of the juniors on the JB team, now trying to come alongside Darlene. Darlene's going to try to hold on to the front here from the front position. Lothrop trying to come in for points as well. Darlene leading out the action, but Lothrop looks like she'll make the catch for 5. Lothrop 5, Darlene 3. Dorer I have for 2. Girth I have 102 for 1 unofficially. Westside Wheelman on the chat saying feed looks good. We know. We're trying so hard here for the last couple weeks. It's been stressful, but thank you for checking in and the positive commentary. We love having you tune in and watch racing for wherever you are, part of the great joy of having this velodrome is knowing there's not a lot of us left in the States. We got to make sure this place is good and people know about it. We believe we can serve as a model for new communities, for ones trying to build. We've got a lot of local racers, lots of juniors, lots of outreach, lots of fundraising going on. And of course, the broadcast so people could see what we're up to, track racing. It takes a lot of work to put these things together. We're fortunate to have a hardworking nonprofit by the name of the Marymoor Velodrome Association that's been helping operate this place. It opened back in 1975. I don't want to be quoted on the year the MVA started, but it wasn't long after. Under the direction there of, at that time, Jerry Baker, who was, of course, the reason we renamed the place the Jerry Baker Memorial Velodrome back in 2015. All part of the good vibes here at our facility. Seeing 23 to go. Our field, once again, some respite between the sprints. It's been a long weekend for these incredible athletes, and they are saving their efforts for the right moment. Your leader not getting any points in the previous sprint gives Lothrop a good chance to start catching up to Lingwood. Number 124 now is 9 points. Your leader 114 with 10. So 1 point separating the leaders. 117 with 3, 112 with 2, 113 with 2, 111 with 1, 102 with 1. The race for first getting better here as Lothrop picks up a big 5 in the last sprint. Nothing for Lingwood. 22 to go. Claire Law trying to establish some strength here now. The Breakfast Racing team. Here comes Kimberly Chen trying to hold on to the attack from Law. Bell's ringing. Points next time. Claire Law on the front. Here comes Lothrop. Lingwood's got to try to move back up here. She wants to stay near the lead of this race, and she has Lothrop's wheel. So well positioned by Lingwood. Going into the back straight. And now Lingwood makes a great attack here. This is going to open things up nicely for the rider from Mama Bears. Coming down into the sprinter's lane. Here comes Jessica Law trying to hold on to this acceleration. Law showing up pretty big here. We haven't seen her at the front much in this weekend, and this is looking really good for Law. She's going to pick up even more points here on this sprint. 3 for Jessica Law, while it's going to be 5 for Lingwood. Hillary Luther zooms forward for 2, and that's going to be 1 more for Girth, the rider in red. Pushing away from the field just a little bit, 19 to go. That's Victoria Park. Rising up the ranks here, local rider. Coming up here for a couple Friday nights and looking really good in her recent rides. Good top strength from Park. And now starting to pull a little bit away from this field. They're giving her more room than she might have first expected. She's got a partner too. So 2 riders now riding themselves into a good advantage versus the field ahead of the next bell. They got a few more laps of work to go. Getting some help from the infield. They know this is a good move. Our Burnaby Velodrome Club rider, number 119, partnering up here. So the 2 riders consecutively in the numbers, 118, 119, find each other to form a new team, and they're almost 200 meters up on the field. A little bit of an opportunity here for these 2 if they want to try to dial this in. This could be a very big effort, and we've already seen that Park has good strength. 119, haven't seen a whole lot of her here this weekend yet, but this is really a good showcase for what she's brought here this weekend as well. Looking good here off the front. Continuing to open this up. 17 to go. The gap nearly 200 meters. About 150 right now as they come into turn 1. An impressive effort for these 2 athletes. We'll look back to the field and see Hillary Luther. 117 is driving the pace now a little bit. This is going to start to close that gap down just a bit as Kimberly Chen will pull up quickly, but Lingwood's looking over and saying, we can't let this get too far away from us. Darlene as well, getting ready to take her turn on the front potentially, and that's already closed down about 30% of that lead. Closer to about 100, 125 meters now. But they're in good position for points. Might as well keep rolling. They'll get their points and they're due. 16 to go. It's Lauren Friedman working along with Park off the front. Friedman and Park have been a partner here for quite some time. They're going to benefit from their shared work. I wouldn't be surprised if they do not sprint against each other and instead continue to be smooth and consistent. One of them will get 5, sure, the other gets 3. Let's see if they choose to do that. They will. So Friedman sits behind Park and allows her to pick up the 5. They'll make a good team for at least a few more laps at 15 to go. Fourth, 2 points. It'll be Chen, 1 point for 124 coming across the line second. Before that sprint, your leader with 15 points, Lingwood. Not getting points in that sprint, though. Let's see how things change up. You've got this breakaway still in good position. The field a little bit more on the pedals now. It's starting to close it down just a bit before that sprint. But still, Friedman and Park almost casually just dropped the hammer on this field. They allowed them to get away a little bit, and they're going to make it hard to catch at this point. They're going to make them work to get back up to them. And about 100 meters here between our leaders and the field. It's Girth on the front for the Crit Nasty team, the rider in all red. She pulls up quickly. Jessica Law takes over, one of our riders looking for more points. Got some in a sprint just a bit ago behind Lingwood. 13 to go. Lingwood leading the charge. Starting to close this thing down a little bit more still, as now it's Darlene. Takes the front, Luther right behind her. These riders look poised to try to get this thing a little bit closer. May not be able to get there in time before the bell. We might have more points for Friedman and Park working together off the front. They still got a great opportunity and they're getting encouragement. The fans think they can get some more. I have to agree with them. If they can stay on this nice, consistent effort they're in, they have a good shot at it. But look, as this starts to close down, Lingwood doing the work to catch a bit more. Here goes Lothrop now as Lingwood pulls up. So do 2 more that are on her wheels. They're not willing to keep that pace. Lothrop will do it. Lingwood will jump back on. The catch trying to get there in time for the bell. The bell will be ringing on this lap. It's still 2 riders broken away. The field sits up behind Lothrop. They're going to give him another shot. This might be another go-ahead set of points for the breakaway. 11 to go. You're a race leader. Wanting to not work too hard in this catch. 114 sits on the wheel of 124. That's Lingwood, your race leader, back in this field. Claire Law does get up and out of the saddle, tries to get this thing rolling. Again, I don't think it's going to be in time to catch the 2 off the front, but this is going to shorten this gap just a bit more. Here comes Law into the turn. It looks like Park again is going to be poised to pick up the 5 on the front. Here's Park for 5 more. And out of the field, Lingwood does come up to grab some points. She'll get 2 more. Law for 1. Lingwood could continue to carry it up and catch, but it's going to happen whether she pushes hard now or not, as the momentum will carry together. And our leaders are brought back in here as Lingwood gets up to the lead group. Nice ride for the duo off the front. As a good solid 10-12 laps or so, which they were just riding away from the field, but they are finally caught here in the last 10 laps of the points race. Your race leader moves up to 17 points total. Number 114, Lingwood in the lead, 10 points to Lothrop in second. Hillary Luther in second place also is going to be Victoria Park, number 118. So 2 riders now in second place in a tie at 10 points. Lauren Friedman, number 119, currently has 6 points. That's good for 4th. Bib 117. That is Hillary Luther in the pink. Has 5, good for 5th currently. 5 places on the podium in the Grand Prix. So top 5 still prestigious. Top 3 better yet. Currently your leader for Team Mama Bear is Lingwood, sitting high, and in this field you can see the bright white bike underneath her in the green and blue jersey. Has a 7-point cushion at this stage of the race. Seven to go. Two riders with 10 points, one with 17. We have both the speedster Lothrop for GVVA Racing and the breakaway rider Victoria Park, number 118 in the green with gray helmet. Currently a tie for second. The breakaway was good for Park. These sprints may be too fast though as the group starts to pull away from her. Lothrop leads it out. Lingwood follows. Here comes Kimberly Chen as well. The bell's ringing now. Next time around for points. Lothrop on the big attack here. We got a break of 5. Some of our big names here in the group today join in on the acceleration of Lothrop. Lingwood in a perfect place to strike as she's in the second wheel spot and did not have to bring this group up to speed. Ready to make the jump, waiting for Kimberly Chen a little bit. Still hesitating now. The jump likely to come the longer we go here. It's still waiting. Here they come. A little bit of acceleration coming into turn 4. Now Lingwood and Chen both up to speed. Lingwood will be able to jump ahead for the early lead. Chen trying to make it back on. Here comes Lingwood for 5. Chen for 3. Luther for 2. Williams for 1. All that work for Lothrop. No points. Chen starts to get a nice bit of points here from that sprint, although still not enough to break into top 3 territory. It should still be Lothrop and Park tied for second place, I believe, after that sprint. Lingwood moves up to 22 points total, good for the lead by a pretty large margin. Your rider for Team Mama Bears has really set up a nice cushion for herself. Luther, number 117, and Chen, number 113, both get points in the previous sprint, and they both move up to having 7 total. They're now in a tie for 4th, moving them both into the top 5 positions for the podium if the race were to end now, but it hasn't ended yet. We've got one more sprint. It's for 10, 6, 4, and 2 on the end of this race. Lingwood with 22 points right now. The next closest rider with 10 doesn't have to sprint to win this race. I think it's already all finished and done. She can finish at the back end of that field. Not likely to do so. She's a proud competitor and will try to go once again. Nice move for Darlene here. We haven't seen much from the Rice University rider since the elimination. She's ready to go shake it off the front here a little bit. Chen follows suit and will take the lead of the attack. Claire Law and Jenna Lingwood both follow. Now Darlene back on the front. She pulls up, allowing Law to lead this thing. Law will also abandon the lead spot. Riders reset themselves. Good acceleration there at the 3 to go mark, and now we try to grab our breath again at 2 to go. Your leader, pretty much already the winner of this race, sitting at the front. Lingwood riding this thing pretty dominantly today. Here comes Lothrop now onto the home straight, trying to take this thing into the bell lap. It's 1 to go, 1 to go. Into this final lap, it's Lothrop leading things out, and this looks awfully familiar. I see Jenna Lingwood in exactly where she needs to be again, right behind Lothrop, who will lead this thing out, and it's just going to be too big of a jump from Lingwood. Doesn't even need to do this. It's just going to be another big acceleration from this rider who's had such a great training season, has been preparing for some big racing this year, deserves this victory, has earned this victory, worked so hard. Chen coming up, we'll get the big 10. Nice job for Chen. Lingwood will still take 6. Happy to grab that. Solidifies the victory. Chen taking 10 points there will give her second place, I believe, overall. Move her up nicely on the podium. Good racing for all of our competitors here, as that will be their last race of the evening. For the endurance side of things, we do have The Elite Women's Sprint Omnium wheel race upcoming. Wheel race requires your own holders. We're going to get those riders starting to stage now. Wheel race riders, you can begin staging. Madison teams should have their jerseys on and be warming up and prepared to start soon, as we're going to get into the Madison very quickly. The wheel race, just a 4-lap race. Up next, the Elite Women Sprint Omnium wheel race, followed by the Elite Men Madison. Bring your holders. Wheel race about to begin. Our riders are all over the track here, getting set to start for the wheel race. Kind of notice this is the handicap scratch. We try to do our best to guess where riders should start based on their power, their strength, and their speed here. And place them around the track will give the biggest disadvantage today to the Australian. She might have flown the farthest. She also has to race the farthest on this one. Everybody else has to start in front of Lizanne. And so they're getting in place around in this wheel race. What's the total distance? Just 4 short laps. It's the goal of Lizanne. Everybody back here, including Lingwood, we've got back here pretty far, trying to catch all the way around to the front. Once the holders have set their rider off, they need to get off the track quickly. So please do remember, holders, thank you for volunteering to help. Once the riders are off and away, do clear off the apron quickly. Unless you're Aaron Young, I guess, because there ain't no one coming behind you anytime soon. Nearly ready to start. Just get a few more holders, a few more riders in place. We saw yesterday for the Elite Men, this is so hard for the back to catch. A little bit less distance to get to the front here, as it's only looks about 150 meters or so to the front of the group here. But in 4 laps, that is still tough, especially when it's all broken up like this. One more for the wheel race? No, okay. The riders are the holders. Put your hand up if you are ready. Let's get the ready around the group here. We'll double check we're set to go. Looking for one still in the back straight. All right, we are good. Riders ready, guns up. Off we go, 4 to go. Lizanne Fox with a big task to try to catch all the way back up. She's going to get a bit of a field here quickly as Lingwood jumps up with Chen. Chen's trying to get on top of these gears. She's not able to bring the bike up to speed, though. So the back of the field is going to be Lingwood leading out the effort, trying to get all the way up to this front. Let's see if the back can catch. They got to go quick. Bruce getting the big cheer on here, number 121. Lucy Dora working with Rue. Jenna's trying to do the catch here at the back. We've got 3 groups. We got the lead 2 juniors. We got the middle group, some of our older juniors in the mix there, along with Jessica Law, and then our chase group of 4 at the very back, including the Aussie, Lizanne Fox, trying to help this group get up here. Jones Martin, the rider for Atomic Racing in that back group. Here comes our juniors on the home straight again. It's Rue and Lucy working together. 2 to go for the kids. Just 2 to go. The middle group's been caught. Here goes Kimberly Chen trying to bring this group forward. They got to keep rolling if they're going to catch. 2 to go. The kid's still away. Here comes Lingwood down the back straight. Just got done with that massive points race. This seems unfair. Not only the long start, but it just got over with a big race. Liz Ann's a little bit more fresh. But she still says, this is a lot of work. These kids are hard to catch. 1 to go. 1 to go. Tracy Jones-Martin, the closest rider, catching right now. She's almost up to Lucy Dorr. Rue's still holding off. They continue their campaign here of domination from the front of the wheel race. Can Rue hold on? Looking back behind, they see there's still nobody there. Liz Ann wants to try to catch the big acceleration for Liz Ann Fox. She's trying to save up for the catch. Here comes Rue and Liz Ann. Liz Ann coming around the corner, coming out the catch. Liz Ann's trying to catch on. Rue, Liz Ann, Rue will hold on. Liz Ann second across the line. Kimberly Chen for third. Rue Tomko has enough to hold on to the catch. An exciting finish in the wheel race. That's what it's supposed to look like. That's fun. And how fun to celebrate Rue Tomko, one of our great Jerry Baker Jr. riders. They hold off the charge. A nice solo effort for the kid. And Liz Ann, what an incredible acceleration she had to be able to make that catch and the sprint. How exciting. Liz Ann's waving down at the kids. Hey, way to go, Rue. Liz Ann, great speed to be able to pull that off. That was fun. That was a great wheel race. That's what we want to see in a wheel race. Very fun. Great show from our Elite Open women competitors. Right up to order the beverage for Lingwood and probably Fox here too. Great job this weekend for the women. That is the last race that they'll be racing in that open women category. We bring up now the elite men in the Madison, the last race of the 2023 Vision Grand Prix. We got a 60 lapper, look at that. I guess it got updated. 60 laps on the cards for these great competitors. The Madison is a 2-rider team event. 1 rider in, 1 rider in the relief. It's a 14x5. That means 14 sprints separated by 5 points. That's 14 options of counting up the points we got to do here today as we work our way to 70 total laps. Exciting stuff about ready to start here in the Madison. We got our riders coming up to the rail now. Thank you for the correction. It is indeed a 12x5 since we did remove 10 laps from the event, giving us a total of 12 sprints every 5 laps. Friends and family of the Velodrome, athletes, riders, everybody who's here today, thank you for sticking around for the end of this session. We know it's a long day of racing. We've been here all day enjoying some great moments, great excitement here at the finish line. We got one more fun one, the Madison. Always a fun one to watch. It can get a little crazy. It's a little bit on the long side, and things can get pulled apart, split apart, but the fun part is we got teams. You can tell by their jerseys. Start picking them out right now. See your teams. Find your favorite riders. You'll recognize some of them from the fields you watched earlier today. Our Madison just about ready to start as our teams are now lined up at the rail for their 60-lap event. Two groups have been sent off. Your first riders, the starters in the race. They will begin the race as the active riders. Their partners over here just got started a second ago. They can go if they want along the rail. They're going to be waiting for their partners to come underneath them. When it's their time, they will move down. You'll see them throw their hands out for a quick exchange. The rider in the race tosses in the relief rider. They exchange momentum, and that's how we have a change of rider. The riders get a good chance to get some rest. It allows for this race to be a very fast race when you wouldn't expect it to be for its length. That's because the riders get that rest that's part of the event. About ready to start out turn 4 with the starters as they're all together. Racing underway with the sound of the whistle. Your start is going here in the 60-lap Madison for the Elite Men, our last race of the Vision Grand Prix. Make some noise for your starters here. Here we go. Let's see who our groups are today. And starting off right away in the colors of black, out off the front, the combo of Zach Kowalczyk and Daniel Brewer. A dangerous combo in a race like this. And already black trying to establish quick tempo on the early goings. I've seen Kowalczyk pair up with some very good riders over the years, and almost always, whatever team Kowalczyk's on is going to be deadly in the Madison. And he gets tossed in by his partner in the rainbow colors. You can see Andy Baker coming down to find his buddy. He puts his hand out. And it's going to be a while before he gets his toss in, as there's been a lot of traffic behind him. The Bardo Gray team of Max Haggard and John Bowie, usually in the colors of Waterline Racing. Their colors fairly similar here, a nice muted gray. There at the front, Haggard gets the toss in. Kowalczyk right behind him. Bib number 7 is the Home Seed Loans team kit, thanks to our sponsorship from Vi13, helping us make these beautiful Madison jerseys, and our special sponsors for stepping up big for the individual teams. Home Seed Loans. Today, Emmett Culp and Shauna Scooey race together for Team 7. Here's Max Haggard for the gray team, starting to put away a bit of an effort himself. Seeing 57 to go, one more lap before the bell rings for our first points. Team Yellow, sponsored by Broadmark, number 3. That team is Elliot Crowther and Kent Ross. Crowther has been very active here this weekend and showed up in big fashion yesterday during the elimination. Interested to see how Ross and him work together for Team Yellow. Team Red wearing the colors of Team Hi Mom. They're trying to match the colors of their team, Red Truck Racing. That's going to be getting the bell first, as we'll get our first points coming around next time. That's right, Team Red has got Thomas Perkins, Campbell Parrish. Campbell Parrish, the Red Truck racer, currently in there, I believe, for the red team. Going to be trying to get the first points for his squad. Coming on the home straight now at 55 to go. It's Team Red, Team Gray. A sprint for the 2 points. It'll be Kowalczyk for the black team. And Yellow, 4th across the line. That looked to be Kent Ross, I believe, finding 1 point for his yellow team. A big change in for Team Red. Thomas Perkins, I believe the rider who's in now, making a really big attack here on the back of that sprint for points. Team Yellow responds nicely. That's Elliot Crowther in the yellow. Team 3 makes the catch, forcing a bit of response from black. An important exchange here for Rainbow as they see a lot of his acceleration in front of them. That's going to be Maddie Hers and Annie Baker, I believe, tossed in here for the Team Rainbow Pride squad. Now back in on this one, trying to catch on. Black makes a nice exchange as Daniel Brewer, the winner back from the scratch race, now wearing the black kit, number 13. Makes a great catch and overtakes, and now has a solo lead position ahead of the rest of the field. The Chamois Butter Purple squad about to get caught here. Now going into no man's land as they get caught by the lead group in black. Next lap, there's points, Bell next lap. Bell next lap. Brewer now looking for the toss in for his teammate. He finds Kowalczyk. Shauna Scooey in the white and blue, the Home Seed Lone team, trying to get a bit closer to Team Black. He's working with yellow, who's about to have a very important toss in here as the bell's ringing at 51 to go. Team Black does not have relief during this sprint. It looks like he's going to stay in on this one, so a long time here for Kovalchuk. He's in good position, should be able to find 5. The toss in for Crowther, though. Team Yellow really trying to make a pursuit happen here down the back straight and trying to get the catch before the sprint. Black could make the exchange here on the home straight, but during the sprint being engaged, not likely to see that happen. Here they come. Down on the home straight, he's got room. He's going to do the toss in. Yeah, it's an obstruction in the sprint, so we're definitely going to be seeing a result of that. Again, as I mentioned earlier, you don't see that because it's not allowed. So the relief rider kind of positioning himself there into the sprint, causing a bit of interruption. So no official call as a response currently to Team Black's maneuver, as the result of the sprint not really changed by it, but certainly frowned upon, as we'll try to see if we don't have that happen again in the middle of a sprint. Team Black doing good work there. But again, not the best placed exchange there on that last one. We'll update the points here shortly. Team Black well ahead and away here at 48 to go. What I say, it's Kovalchuk knows to find good partners out here and makes good teams for the Madison at the Grand Prix. Every time he shows up, he's almost always on top of that podium, finding a good teammate and working together to create all sorts of chaos, and he's pulled away from this field. Team Yellow making another big toss in here. The next closest team to the lead, we've got Team Gray and Team Yellow. Here comes Team Rainbow Color also trying to match Home Seed Lone, throwing it in. So we got a group of 4 under the Stanley sign right now. Kind of makes up our field. The lead group is Black Team Alone on the home straight. Now getting the bell, looking for more points. It does look like Team 13 did get an official warning on the sheet here, recorded for that maneuver. That was pulled in the previous sprint, but Team Black will get the 5 points here at 45 to go. Again, there is an official warning recorded for Team Black. Whoa! Home seed low number 7 does pick up the 3. A good acceleration for Bowie, and the gray team gets 2 points. Yellow, I think, for 1 there. The lead for the team that is off the front, Team Black, going down a little bit here. But they're just hammering away at this thing. Unending effort from Team Black as they continue on every exchange to just keep on the pace, take a breath, and come back in and run a kilo, essentially. Your group of 4 coming under the Friends of JBM sign in turn 1. Bardo Gray team tosses in Max Haggard, and this might be the move Gray needed as Bowie and Haggard working together at top speed. We're trying to find some way to get back up to Team Black. Another big exchange here as Brewer's going to get a big toss in. Haggard's trying to catch on before he gets the runaway. Going big and wide around Kovalchuk. It looks like Haggard might be able to make contact. This is a big moment in the race as Yellow's also making the scramble. Black may have finally lost their position. These riders so proud and so adamant in their effort today to make it back up here finally. And Black, who's been off the front, says, all right, fine, you want to be up here, let's work together and make this a race in a field once again. 42 to go. Rider down, but not causing a stoppage in the race as our rider in yellow had a bit of a slippage there, I think, on the hill. Everything's okay at the moment. Bell's ringing for the leaders. 41 to go. Your field now coming across the line. Team Black, your leaders in the points on the lead of the sprint. Brewer in the lead with 10. Crowther and Ross, the team in yellow, in second with 7. Bardo Gray in third with 6. Both red and white and blue with 5 in third. Black picks up 5. White and blue picks up 3. Yellow picks up 2. And I think the Rainbow Pride squad picks up 1, as I don't think purple had been caught in time for that sprint to count for them. So indeed, 5 and 6 both get counted down the lap after that sprint was concluded. So they were not eligible for points in that moment. Seeing 39 to go. Team Black continue to be dominant here. They did get caught, but they now start to try to pull away with Home Seed Loads team. That's Sean Asgui, one of our out-of-towners, collegiate competitor. Trying to make some noise here for the white and blue team. Emmett Culp about to get the toss in here, his teammate. Home Seed Loans, white and blue. Team Black, your leaders. Team Red gets on the effort here. 3 riders in the chase behind. That's going to be Team Yellow, Team Gray, and Team Rainbow. All still on the same lap as our leaders as well. The update I now have on the official record: Team Black with 15, Team Yellow with 9, Team Gray with 6, Home Seed Loans with 8, Red Team with 5, Rainbow with 1. Basically 2 teams that are not on the pace of the leaders. That's going to be the Forest Green team and the Chamois Butter Purple team. Everybody else is on the same lap as the leaders. It's still Team Back in the lead, but Broadmark's getting closer. Team Yellow between Elliot Crowther and Kent Ross are 6 points back at 36 to go. A bit of a missed opportunity there for Team Red. You saw Thomas Perkins try to come down for Campbell Parrish and to get a quick exchange as they got into this one. Black comes across the line first. Gray for 3. White and blue for 2. Yellow for 1. That's another dangerous exchange in turn 3, I believe. So early enough in the sprint that's going to be going on the record for Team 8 for going underneath the exchange during that last sprint. Some more dangerous riding here that'll go on the records after that last one. Team Yellow continue to try to work their way against Team Black. We'll see how the points look here after that previous sprint. After Team Black picks up 5 more, they work up to 20. Their lead builds. Again, 20 points to your leaders, the Black team. Both Yellow and the white and blue teams have 10 each. That's Team 3 and Team 7. In a tie for second, 10 points apiece, and it's only 1 point back to the gray team of Bowie and Haggard. They wear bib number 24 tonight. Sorry, Team 2, pardon me. Your leaders, though, the Black team, number 13, Daniel Brewer and Zach Volchek with 20 points, lead both Yellow and the white and blue team by 10. At 32 to go, the red team's trying to mix up the format a little bit here. That's Thomas Perkins for the red team at the lead of this little break, trying to make it just a 3-team race. Block with the toss in. And the catch will happen from Gray as Max Haggard will do the work to bring this back together again. And all the riders in this race coming into turn 4 will be all back together again. A messy exchange here as Bowie gets tossed in at high speed, a miss. Haggard still in the race, will have to go for it. A critical moment here. Another busy throw in for Yellow. Riders go over the exchange as is required of them. They'll make it nice and safe there through turn 1. Another quick exchange for Team Rainbow down the back straight. An important one for Baker gets tossed in here with an opportunity to maybe get some big points. Red making a big of a splash here now as it looks like Campbell Parish for High Mom going to make their move. Here's 5 for somebody besides black for the first time in a while. Red picks up 5, yellow picks up 3, rainbow picks up 2, gray picks up 1. Your leader will still be Team Black, but look at this, Team Red now within striking distance. They move up to 15, Team Yellow up to 12. Things getting closer. An exchange here for Red on the home straight at 29 to go. Black, the rider, in the lead of the race right now. Yellow about to make a toss in here in the middle of the action. 3 teams with 10 points apiece. Home Seed Loans, Bardo Gray, and High Mom all at 10. Broadmark Yellow now at 13. They're the next closest to our leader is 13 points. I mentioned 12 earlier, off by 1. Our official points total is 13 to the team in yellow. Your leader is still Black with 20. They did not get a point on a single point in the previous sprint. With 28 to go, we'll see how Team Black makes their move to try to hold on to the lead. Smooth transition there on the back straight as Bowie throws in his partner, Max Haggard. Good race here for the Madison. As, again, the points are very close. We got 3 teams all with 10 each. .27 to go, and there's a bit of hesitation. The field needs some time to catch their breath. I know I appreciate it. It's just been pretty wild and crazy here for a while. Lots of action here in the Madison. As we just passed about halfway completed, a 60-lap event now showing 27, soon to show 26 to go as the riders see the home straight and the bell will be ringing again for points. Our riders starting to prepare themselves for that sprint effort. Here comes a toss in for Gray. Right as things are getting up to speed, Black looking for action here. Brewer is going to be able to toss in Kovalchuk. An important toss in for Team Black looking to find points in this one. Kovalchuk's fresh, so he'll try to lead this sprint out. Good acceleration from Kovalchuk down the back straight. Yellow's holding on to this well. We're going to try and do an exchange here in turn 3. It looks like they will. A very high-speed exchange for Team Yellow. Looks pretty good. Here comes the sprint for 5 for Black team. Bowie's in for Gray. Will find 3. Crowther for the Yellow team gets 2, and I think Red might have gotten the 1 there. Awfully close between them and the Red Home Seed Lone team in white and blue. Good speeder at the front again now for Team Gray, getting brought into the action again at the front. Good toss-in for Yellow as they hold on to the acceleration. At 23 to go, your leaders with 25 is Team Black. Team Yellow with 15. Home Seed Loans with 10. Gray with 13. High Mom with 11. Let me get that resorted so I have the right order. Your leaders with 25. Second place, Team Yellow with 15. And third is the Gray with 13. A 10-point lead for Black. They've still maintained dominance here even after not participating in one of these sprints. But picking up points and all the rest, that's what it looks like here as they've managed to take a big piece of the points for themselves. Bell's ringing for points here. Team Yellow on a big move. Elliot Crowther trying to get his team a bit closer to Black. They've got a 10-point deficit to try to make up here. And a nice sprint down the back straight from him. He's got everybody lined up right behind him. Crowther and Team Yellow Hoping for big points here. Team Black still poised to get something in this sprint for sure. Home seed loans in the white and blue. Also in position. Here comes Campbell Parish for the red team. 5 for Team Black. Kowalczyk finds 5 more. Crowther for 3 in the yellow team. Red picks up 2. Home seed loads white and blue picks up 1. Your leaders will hold on to the lead as they moved up to 30 points. Very convincing fashion. Team Yellow should have 18 after the sprint as they lose ground to the leaders. $19 to go. Still plenty more chances for riders to take a bite out of this lead that Team Black has built for themselves, but time is ticking. And how else do you put this together to be able to beat these guys? I'm not sure what it is about this race, but I think this is just always like one of my favorite races to watch for Kowalczyk when he comes here. He digs so deep in the Madison, has such a strong command of this format, has the right kind of fitness for it, and your winner and record setter in the 10-mile scratch is his partner. I mean, what a great combination here as Brewer and Kowalczyk haven't had any practice time, haven't really got to build any communication up, but when you put two strong riders together with good sense about how to compete, good things are going to happen. Yellow and red trying to catch back on to Kowalczyk is trying to run away from them, but a good catch here from Crowther as Yellow will not let this go away. Riders swing up a little bit to reset the pace at 17 to go. Bell next lap. Yellow on the lead of the lap as Crowther leads the way in the Broadmark Yellow. Team Black sitting in right behind. That's your race suitor right now, currently with 30 points. 18 to Team Yellow, 13 to both Team Gray and Red. The white and blue team up there in the lead group of 4 has 11. The gray squad did not make the break into this lead group. In fact, we go check them out now. We got the rainbow team and the gray team going just now into turn 3. The gap pretty big for them to catch. So Gray's going to be losing out here on some points. 16 to go. Crowther is out and tosses in his teammate for Team Yellow, Kent Ross. These two have been working together brilliantly today. Still not enough to take over the lead spot just yet, but they are sitting confidently in second. That's about where they're going to finish again on this sprint, as once again, Team Black putting on an absolute clinic today in how to partner up. Brewer confidently for 5. The yellow team for 3. White and blue for 2, red for 1. Your leader holds on to the lead, gets him another 5, moves him up to 35. Team Yellow for 3 more, moves to 21. Red moves up to 15, I believe, or excuse me, up to 14 after picking up 1 point. Home seed loans for 2. Now is at 13 in a tie with Gray for 4th place. $14 to go. We got 3 sprints remaining. Catch your breath and get ready. The end is around the corner. Gray looking fresh to try to finally catch back up to the leaders. Can they get there in time? The relief rider's causing a bit of a traffic jam here. Baker masterfully weaving in the middle of all that traffic is not exactly sure how to make that look any better. Coming out of the home straight here, 13 to go. Our leader is being led now by Yellow. Yellow with 21, sitting in second, trailing by 14 points now. Black has been in control of this race since the beginning, but that gap just continues to open up with each sprint. They still find the front. Gray and Rainbow trying so hard to get back up to the leaders. They're almost there. Good persistence from these two riders who just will not give up. I should say 4 riders, as there are teams of 2. It's Haggard and Hers for Team 2 and Team 1 trying to make the catch. They're so close now, almost there, but of course the exchange means they're going to get a fresh set of legs in front of them. They might be able to get there now as Haggard's doing the work to try to finish this catch. And Gray, who's been out of the sprints here for a while, they got left behind, may be able to finally get into the action. At a really tough point here. Here comes Bowie for the toss in for Gray. Oh. A little messy there. He gets the touch. Bowie's going to not get the benefit of the exchange, so that's going to be some big effort for Gray. Rainbow makes the jump over the head. And now our sprint is underway for points, so Rainbow and Gray both left out once again as Red's going to make the run around the right side here. An exchange here happening out of turn 4 for yellow. That'll put them in the back of the sprint. But red does come to the front. They find 5. 3 for black, 2 for the white and blue. 1 for yellow. Home Seed Loans has to do a little shove there for the exchange. I mean, for not having a lot of familiarity with each other, these teams are making this look pretty good. These are some very high-speed exchanges going on here, navigating in and out very well today. A few missed opportunities, no surprise here for the Grand Prix, as these riders, again, are not seasoned veterans as teams. Many of them have raced many a Madison before. Your lead group of 4 continues to be the same as both Haggard and Bowie for the gray team. Hers and Baker for the rainbow team can just not seem to do enough to get up there. It's just a little bit out of reach. Now, how many times they make the exchange, whoever's here can't quite get back up here. Once again, they'll make the try. This might be the catch finally, as this is well enough away from a sprint that our teams might be able to come back together again. And here they come at 8 to go. 2 sprints remain, and Gray comes up to the back of the lead group for the first time after about 10, 15 laps of being off the back of this lead group. Can they continue to stay in there? Is this effort for naught? 38 points to the lead group. That's black. 22 points to yellow. 19 points to red. Currently now in third. Home Seed Loans white and blue is in fourth now with 15. No surprises. Gray hasn't gotten points in a while. They're bumped back to fifth. Seven to go. Next time around, we'll hear the bell again. And good news for Gray. They are well and established back in this field. After an exchange, it looks like they're part of the action again. Rainbow Pride team also makes their way into it. As Baker gets the toss in now, we've got our field of 6 fully resumed and under full power again. Yellow continuing to try to find their way to beat black. Needs to win basically from here on out and get as many points as they can. Kovalchuk tossed in for black, trying to get his way back up here to the attack being set up right now by yellow. Great acceleration from Kovalchuk. Look at this again. He just spins like there's no tomorrow. When it's time to go, he goes. And a great catch here by Kovalchuk. Just total dominant fashion here. Kovalchuk in the black for 5. Red gets 3. Four to go. Confirming 3. Officials warning for Team 3 and interference in the previous exchange there. That was 2 laps back. The official warning going out for Team 3 there first. 3 to go. And here, after Gray catches, they still weren't able to get points in the previous sprint, leaving them still back in 5th. Black team dominating, nearly 20 points advantage to them. They got 43 for Team Black, 24 for Team Yellow, 22 for Team Red, 16 for the white and blue of Home Seed Loans. Pardo Gregg has 13 in 5th. That's right, just the smallest of margins here for the second and third place. 2 points separating yellow and red for the second and third place in this Madison. Black can't really be stopped at this point, even with the big 10 points here at the end on the final sprint. However, watch Team Yellow and Red here, as this is going to be a critical moment to sort out who's going to be in second, who's going to be in third. Red makes a very important exchange here as we come into the bell lap. This puts Campbell Parish into the race. Bell's ringing. Watch Yellow and Red now. The race for second is really on. Black has basically already won this thing. Yellow going to be doing one more toss in here down the back straight. One more chance to send in competitor Kent Ross to finish this thing out. Red's trying to finish in front. This might be the perfect finish for Red. They want to try to get second. Black's going to roll away with this and still trying to pick up the big points. They're too proud to let it go. They've already won, but why not get more? Here comes Red. Red will be finding second place today overall. Team Black, Kovalchuk says, you know who won this thing. Black with the big victory. The combination of Kovalchuk and Brewer, too much for our Madison teams. An incredible effort there for Team Black again. It seems like Kovalchuk comes here and he goes around and says, let's go win this thing. And it happens year after year. Almost predetermined, predestined for that to happen. But we're going to see them one more time. And I mean, I know it's late, folks. We're tired. It's been a long day, but we didn't hear any noise. I didn't hear nothing. So we're going to ask it one more time as Brewer and Kovalchuk come around. We're going to see them here in just a moment. All of our teams get a little extra kudos for a big, long ride today. There they come together out of turn 4. Here we go. Let's make some big noise. Team Black for Black Lodge Cycling and for Cheney Windows and Doors working together. Brewer and Kovalchuk, your champions in the Madison at the GP. And what a great day of racing it has been. We are nearly all wrapped up here. One of our Madison riders may have just lost a pair of sunglasses, one of the clear lens glasses, I should say. I think they can come back and collect it on the home straight if you're lost your clear sunglasses. To the fans that are still out there on the live stream, thank you for tuning in to the racing action. We are going to turn off the system here in just a little bit because we are going to do some Omnium presentations and go to our celebrations here afterwards. The racing action is all wrapped up. The 2023 Grand Prix. The last thing to do is to get out some Omnium awards and presentations down there, and we typically do not bring that on the stream. We have absolutely loved bringing this to you out there. If you're still here, leave the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button if you're rewatching the action. Thanks for tuning back into our channel at JB Velodrome. Fans of the Velodrome, thank you for making your way out here to enjoy this show. It has been a great honor to be with you. In a little bit, I'll come back on the microphone and present these awards. In the meantime, thanks to our food trucks, to our beverage garden servers, our volunteers, the officials, our race organizers, and everyone behind the scenes, including my team up here on the deck, helping make the live stream work. Much appreciation to you. And of course, Chase was showing up here for our special interviews. We'll have more racing next week, Friday Night Racing, 7 o'clock start right here at the Velodrome, and I look forward to seeing you there for more racing at the Jerry Baker Memorial Velodrome.